How was your week?
How was my week?
How you been?
Man. It was alright.
How was life?
Life's alright. I'm feeling a bit, I don't know why, I'm just feeling a little burnt out lately. Well, tomorrow will be my 6th day in a row working, and I don't know. It is what it is. That's just what I keep telling myself. But same old, I guess. I don't know. What about you?
Sort of the same, I suppose.
Yeah.
Just fucking hate my job. Job sucks.
Yeah, that's life. Just a never-ending cycle of suffering.
Wow, alright. I wasn't going to get that far, but okay.
No, I know. I'm only slightly joking. Hey, it's that Buddhist saying that I said the last time. Didn't I say that? Like, life is pain, death is pain, birth is pain. That was pain. What it was. I had to look it up afterwards to make sure I was right.
Is that actually a Buddhist saying?
Oh, it's something like that, yeah.
Buddhists, aren't they normally about, like, peace and shit?
Well, yeah, I guess peace, but I think a part of peace is accepting the fact that life sucks. So just, like, accept it. You know, life is always going to be full of pain and suffering, but if you accept it, then you can be at peace.
I mean, I'm not here to question Buddha's methods.
Oh, no, I'm not either, but...
the results will speak for themselves, I suppose.
I suppose. What's going on, everybody? It's episode 5. Episode 5, baby. Yeah. I was way too... I was forcing that. I was trying so hard there. Okay.
You're always like the announcer of the podcast. You just gotta get in your mood.
I know. I do.
Anyway, I had this half-topic like game thing, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it would be fun. It's not an original idea. I'm like sort of stealing from another podcast again. There's this podcast called The Official Podcast, and it's the like one that I listen to the most and I love very much. And one of the people on there is Australian, and he like did like a game thing where he'd like say a bunch of like Australian slang words, and everyone else would have to try and guess what it means. So I wanted to do that.
Okay,
because I thought it would be funny.
All right, I'll probably be terrible at this, but yeah.
I mean, it's basically complete gibberish. Like, don't feel bad.
Oh, I bet.
I never use these words because I think they're fucking stupid, but I mean, it's just funny.
All right, let's do it.
All right, I'll start with a relatively easy one. Arvo. A-R-V-O.
Arvo. What the? And this just means something like...
It's like, everyday conversation.
Everyday conversation stuff?
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking with, like, bogans, which are, like, I guess Australian rednecks, sort
of. I'm guessing it means just like, all right, see ya, have a good one, basically.
No.
All right. Damn. I'm trying to think how you would use that in a conversation. This is hard.
This is meant to be an easy one.
It's meant to be an easy. I've never heard the word Arvo in my life.
You're not Australian.
No, exactly. Like, grab another beer. I don't know. Is that what it means? You said rednecks use it. Australian rednecks use it. So that's why I'm like, okay, what would rednecks do?
No, I mean, just like equivalent of a redneck is a bogan. And that's basically just like a trashy Australian who is really into the culture, I guess. I don't know. Says a lot of these words.
Okay, I give up for this one. Maybe the others will be easier.
Alright, Arvo means afternoon.
Oh, afternoon, okay. See,
good Arvo, mate. Good Arvo.
Good Arvo. Oh, man.
Amazing.
That's great. Good Arvo.
So if you ever come across an Australian, just say that.
Good Arvo. All right, we'll do.
You sound like one of those like Italian people. Good Arvo. Get me Arvo.
Gorlami. I always think of Inglourious Bastards whenever I think Italian.
Oh yeah, it's the best. All right, the next one is... This is probably easy because it's like, I don't know, people make fun of Australians for this, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But Barbie.
Oh, barbecue? Like the...
Yeah, there you go.
All right, yes.
That's an easy one.
All I know is put some shrimp on a Barbie, mate.
Fuck off, alright?
Hey,
it's not... we don't put shrimp on Barbies.
Well, that's what I've always heard. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's a lie.
You
This is a stereotype, but we're trying to fight it.
you brought this game up, so I mean, you're opening yourself up to the stereotypes right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but who would put shrimp on a fucking barbecue?
I don't know. Like when you make kebabs, you know, do you have kebabs over there?
Yeah, but like, do you put shrimp on kebabs?
I don't know. I'm sure some people. I think you do. I don't know. Shrimp and peppers and shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's mixed, but not like a whole like.
Oh
stick
no, not
full
a whole
of shrimp.
stick of shrimp. No.
All right. This one's a bit harder, I guess.
Okay.
Booze bus.
Booze bus. I mean, it's to me that sounds pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? Just like. Or is it like a party bus? Is it like you're going boozing and cruising? Like booze cruise? Okay. Booze bus. Does it involve alcohol? I mean, it says booze.
Yeah.
Okay. Booze bus.
I mean, I guess it's kind of hard to figure out if you don't have like the equivalent of these over there. I don't know, but I mean,
Booze
who knows?
bus. I mean, it's not like an Uber, like calling like a call the booze bus. Oh man.
That's not a bad guess though. That would make sense.
No, it would make sense. Man, does it involve buses?
Yeah.
So it involves booze and a bus, but not a.
Yeah.
Is it like a ice cream truck except they sell booze instead of ice cream?
That would be awesome, but no.
Damn, that was my last guess. I don't know. It sounded pretty straightforward to me, but all right. I don't know if I'm gonna get it.
Like I said, it might not be that you have the equivalent of it over there. It's like a bus, like a police bus, and when you drive past it, they test you for like your,
Oh,
like they
damn.
breathalyze you.
Oh boy.
So like it's a whole bus, and like if they catch you, you go in the bus with all the other criminals.
Oh my gosh. Damn.
Yeah, so it's for like drink driving shit. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Test you and put you in the. Yeah, we definitely. I don't think we have those. We just have cops that sit outside of the bars, and then if you get in your car and you pull off, then they'll probably pull you over and do it right there. Mm-hmm. We don't have buses that we have to look out for.
Do they have like cars that like wait around for people to like go through a certain area?
No, it's just like, just typical patrol cars, we'll just drive around downtown or wherever and think something's up, they'll pull you over, but I don't think we have those, yeah.
I've got like a relatively easy one, I think.
Oh, sure.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Brekkie.
Brekkie. What the?
Brekkie.
Brekkie. Breakfast?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, man.
We're not only teaching you, we're teaching the people of the podcast.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, some of these are pretty...
Y'all need to know more about Australia.
Yeah.
I've got one that's probably quite hard.
All right.
Durry. Durry.
Durry.
Durry. And I fucking hate this slang as well. Like, if anyone comes up to me and says this, like, I'm just like, fuck off.
And this is like everyday...
Call it by its real name.
So this is like everyday use as well, like...
I guess this is a bit of a hint, but like in public, someone may like come up and ask you if you are equipped with a durry.
Okay, a light? Like a lighter?
Nope.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what people would go up and ask you for in the public. Does the word durry, does it sound like what you're...
Not at all, and
Not
that's
at all?
why I hate it.
Oh, man. See, that's going to be hard, because a lot, like, brekkie sounds like breakfast. So that's why I got that.
I gave you a decent hint, I think.
Yeah, well, okay, so people go up and ask you if you have one of these.
Probably dodgy people, yeah.
Is it drugs?
Nope.
Okay, you said dodgy people. I'm trying to think. Oh.
You're not far off.
Cigarette.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I was like, why'd I jump to drugs? Like, damn.
Straight in.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's not heroin, but
A durry, though, that's weird. Like, here we just call them cigs. Like, do you have a cig? If we were to use slang. But
they'll just come up to you and be like, "Good arvo, mate. You got a fucking durry?" That's me with my Australian voice. You'll never hear that again. I hated that.
Yeah. Good arvo. Oh, man, that's hilarious.
I once got like punched in the face at a train station for saying no, I didn't have one.
Seriously? Jeez.
Yeah. This guy was just super dodgy and it was nighttime. It's fine.
Jeez.
is what it is.
Holy shit.
The next one's probably hard. Goon bag.
Goon bag.
It is a physical thing.
Oh, it is?
So
okay.
it's like,
Is it a type of bag?
I don't know. Try and figure out the first word first. It's like the bag is like sort of an extension of what the first word means, I guess.
Yeah, goon. I mean, I only know the one meaning of goon, which is like calling somebody a goon. I don't know.
It's different in Australia.
Oh, it must be, because like my brain is already getting worn out. This can't happen this early in the episode. I give up.
All right. Goon is wine.
Oh, okay.
And a goon bag is a bag of wine.
What the? See, we don't...
Like, you know how you get like boxes of wine?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
You can drink from?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like the bag within it. That's a goon bag.
See?
And I'll teach you about an Australian tradition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because goon bags are cheap. So you go to the bottle store, you get a goon bag, you go to your house, you got all your friends with you, you peg the goon bag to a clothesline, you spin it around and shit, and people open their mouths and like try and get it and shit.
Sounds
It's
messy.
Awesome. It is messy and it's very stupid.
I don't want wine stains all over my clothes.
But this and like Durry and fucking all that shit, like it's all like trashy people.
It all, yeah.
Trashy people.
It also sounds like a waste of wine.
You don't have to do that tradition, but
no.
it's just part of it.
I mean, it sounds like
If you want to just drink straight from the bag, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
I got two more, but if you want to like just move on, that's fine. If your brain's completely
Are they
fried.
easy ones? If they're easy, I'll do them.
The second one might be a bit easy, but I don't know.
Let's give that a shot. Sure, why not?
That one is Mozzie. Mozzzie.
Okay, mozzarella.
No.
Damn. Mozzie. Dog or cat?
No, but it's...
Is it an animal?
Close-ish. Yes.
Oh. Is it a... Well, it's not a kangaroo.
We call those kangaroos.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I thought you just called them...
They're native to Australia. What else would we fucking...
I don't know, something like catchy for them, like just a catchy name for a kangaroo.
Jumpy.
Jumpy? Call them Jumpies?
Well, I mean, there's like an Australian brand of crisps called Jumpies, and they like shaped like kangaroos, and they're pretty delicious. Not gonna lie.
Wow.
But yeah, that's about as close we can get to the slang for kangaroo.
All right. I just tell me. I give up.
Mosquito.
Oh, mosquito. Well, there you go. I learned a lot of new Australian slang. Anyway, so you just watched Spencer. What else have you been watching recently that was really good or anything? Because I've just been rewatching a ton of stuff. Like, let me see. Yeah, I feel like I've been watching a lot of Lars von Trier, which I can't wait if we ever do an episode on him, because there's so much to talk about with like him, his movies. It's just one of a kind. Like, I can't wait.
I do want to watch more of his stuff.
The only new one that I saw recently that I know you haven't seen yet was Dancer in the Dark. And, I mean, it's definitely not one of my favorites from him, but man, that ending, that was the last time, I'll just admit it, that ending had me crying. Like, I was literally, like, I haven't cried at a movie in so long, and that ending, oh my god, I can't even talk about it, because, like, I feel like it traumatized me. I really feel like it did. Like, yeah. And rewatching Melancholia again, man, I mean, I'll save a lot of this, like I said, if we do an episode on him, but I don't know. It's a toss-up between what my favorite movie from his at this point. I really don't know. It's still a great movie, but...
I'm guessing House That Jack Built is in there.
Yeah. I'm just surprised at how better and better that movie keeps getting the more and more I watch it. Like, there's so much more I'm understanding and picking up on, and, like, it's just kind of fun. It's a weirdly fun movie. At the same time, it's, like, you know, messed up. But, I don't know, it gives me, like, American Psycho vibes. Like, just how kind of dark humorous it can be at times, but also about, you know, a serial killer. But, yeah.
I'd really like to rewatch it at some point, yeah. It's still at a 7 out of 10 for me right now, but, yeah, I'd like to rewatch it.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, what are the last, like, 5 movies you watched that weren't rewatches?
Oh god. I watched a few of the Texas Chainsaw movies, including the new one, which, I mean, the new one was not good. You know, I'm agreeing with pretty much everyone else. It's like, we haven't had a good one since the first 2, but
This is another thing with my like friend from Ireland. He's like he's going against the grain with that one. He gave it like a 6 or a 7, I think, out of 10.
Like,
but he said it's mostly because it's just like stupid fun, and he really had fun with it. So
yeah, that's a good way to look at it, I guess. Like, if I just turn my brain off and watch it for what it is, it'd probably be better. But yeah, just as trying to be a direct sequel to like the original Texas Chainsaw, it's just they do exactly what Halloween 2018 did. It's just copy and paste almost. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like the same exact thing. But
I can't say for much because I've only seen the original Texas Chainsaw. But yeah,
the second one is honestly fun. It's not as good as the first. It's not as serious as the first, but it's like takes on a different tone, and it's just like it's crazy. It's definitely crazier than the first movie, but
the first one made me just feel really like sick and gross. It was awful, but really good. The only part I like found just really funny was just like Leatherface trying to fucking chainsaw like trees while he's like chasing that girl. He just runs into tree branches every now and then, and he's like, ah, shit.
Yeah.
It just looks hilarious.
Yeah. And also quickly, I also watched the 2003 Texas Chainsaw remake. That wasn't good. I watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning. That I didn't like. That was terrible. That was a horrible. Like, all of these Texas Chainsaw movies, they feel just so. They're all the same. Like, they're just all the same, except for the first two, really, because they are so different. But so I guess that was 3 recent things, and then Paris, Texas. Me and Chandra recently watched Paris, Texas for the first time. That was really good. And my last 5th one was Donnie Darko. Finally watched it.
Yeah,
it was a great movie.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's good. Did you watch the director's cut or the original?
I don't know. I honestly don't know which one it was. It was on HBO, so whichever version they have. I'm not sure. But that's totally one I'd have to rewatch.
It's like the original's not bad at all. It's still got like a lot of the base stuff from the movie and all that, but the director's cut it has this like different feel to it for some reason, but it like really, really works. And there's some music changes that do really well, I think, too. It's a great movie though, regardless.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. What was the last things you watched?
First is The French Dispatch, finally.
Oh yeah.
And then I watched Ninja Baby, which was awesome. Very similar to Juno, but like way better in my opinion, honestly. Like I had a lot of fun with it, and it's like it's got a really, really good sense of humor, and it's super sweet. I'd highly recommend it. Like, not a lot of people have heard of it, but yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
And then I watched Tunnel from 2016. It's like a Korean movie where a guy gets trapped in a tunnel. Well, not trapped. It's like an entire like tunnel he's driving through collapses on him. It's pretty wild. And then Spencer and Uncharted. That was all today.
Nice. There you go. Well, I mean, nice to Spencer. That's what I'm saying. Nice to.
What's wrong with Uncharted, bro? You don't like Mark Wahlberg as Sully?
No, I mean, I'm glad I didn't play those, or no, I'm not glad I didn't play these games, but I'm glad I'm not like so attached to that game series. If it was a game series I really loved, then I'd be mad about it, but I don't think I played a single one of those games, so I guess I'm not.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the series, and yeah, no, fuck that.
They fucked it up.
I think the casting is awful.
Yeah.
The only casting I think they got like decent was Chloe. Like, she was really good.
Yeah.
But Tom Holland, sorry, no.
He's
like
too young to be Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
Just too young looking. Just like, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, they, have the opportunity to make sequels to this and stuff like that, and I'm certain they'll make a bunch more, but like, even then, I can't really see him like growing into looking like Nathan Drake or giving me that feeling. So it's like, I don't really see why he was cast, but whatever. Just
because he's popular now,
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
But
Mark Wahlberg, he's a worse. He's the biggest miscast ever. He's fucking trash.
I like him in certain stuff. Like, he can, make or break a movie for sure.
The only thing I've seen him in that I like him in is Boogie Nights.
Yeah, Boogie Nights is, a lot of people say it's his best. Have you seen The Other Guys by Adam McKay with Will Ferrell and?
No, we've talked about that.
Okay. Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, I mean, that's another one I rewatched recently. That honestly is probably my favorite comedy of all time. Like, I just love it so much. And, like, just his chemistry, his dynamic with Will Ferrell in the movie is just hilarious. And those aren't even two actors I love, but, like, in that movie, it works so well. So, if you watch that, maybe you'll think he's funny.
I'd like to at some point, but yeah, that's what's putting me off, just the main two. I'm not a huge fan of either of them. But
yeah, I mean, not so much either for me, but yeah. Michael Keaton is like one reason right there to watch the movie because he's hilarious. He plays...
I saw Michael Keaton today when the Morbius trailer came up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, man.
That movie's going to be a disaster.
It probably will be.
There's some cool looking things in there, but that's sort of the same with Venom anyway. Like, there are some cool looking things, but it's not always great. Let There Be Carnage was super fun, though. I like that movie a lot.
See, that's the one movie in this whole, like, in any Spider-Man related movie, whatever, that I haven't seen. Like, I haven't seen the Carnage movie, but everything else I've seen.
It is literally just, like, really stupid fun. Like, that's all it is. It's so dumb.
I mean, is it kind of similar to the first Venom and just, like, how dumb fun it is, or is it even crazier?
Well, the first Venom is, like, held back by how boring it can be. Like,
True.
That's the problem with it. Like,
yeah.
I like Riz Ahmed a lot, but, like, his character was so fucking bad. He was a terrible villain.
Yeah, his villain was very boring.
It just felt so overlong, too. But, like, Venom Let There Be Carnage is, like, 80 minutes or some shit.
Short and sweet to the point. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. And Tom Hardy just, like, his back and forth with, like, the symbiote is just so good.
Yeah.
He just plays it so well.
Those were the best parts of the Venom movie for sure. Just, like, him and the symbiote. And yeah, so, I mean, I enjoy that movie, but, yeah, I don't love it.
I hope Morbius at least has some good parts, but... I don't know, it just looks really bad.
It just looks so cheesy. Yeah.
We'll see.
We will see. So he is a Spider-Man villain, Morbius is. Like, specifically for Spider-Man.
I think.
That's what I think, too, I think. I think he was part of the Sinister Six at one point. I don't know.
Why is Sony doing just, like, villain origin stories?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Are they doing any hero ones? I mean, aside from Amazing Spider-Man, but that was ages ago.
Yeah. I would have assumed at some point they were, like... Kind of like with the Avengers, you do a movie with each bringing them together. I thought they were doing that with the Sinister Six, I guess. But then
maybe
again, yeah, maybe. But who knows? Speaking of Spider-Man, well, we both wanted to talk about all the movies. So, you know, with No Way Home having come out. So, better late than never, right? So, I guess, you know, if we're going to talk about all the Spider-Man movies, we have to start with... the best Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire, baby. Yes, I hope you're in that group. I hope you agree.
Of course I'm in that group. You know I am.
Yes.
There is no other Spider-Man that could do a better job than him. Like, even though I love Tom Holland, I really do. Like, Tobey, he's the GOAT.
He is the GOAT. You always, I don't know why, but like you kind of struck me as an Andrew Garfield fan out of those three. I mean, like, you would like him the most.
I think out of the three, he's the best actor, like, outside of everything else. Like, like outside of Spider-Man. He's just an incredible actor. Spider-Man just, like, those movies just weren't very good.
Mm-hmm.
But
yes, exactly.
He plays Peter Parker well, and he plays everything else well. So, like, he's just the best actor out of all of them. But he's not the best Spider-Man.
Yeah, I would agree. You know, okay, so we both love Tobey. And, I mean... I really think these first three movies altogether are just... Even Spider-Man 3, which people always give me shit about, but I love that movie even still. I mean, it's just like a perfect trilogy to me.
It is to me as well.
Yes,
I grew up with it. I literally just can't see flaws with it. I love it.
Yeah,
everything
same here.
Works.
Yeah, so we both grew up with it, and so, I mean, yeah, for me, I'll admit a lot of it is nostalgia, but I don't care. Like, I love it. It's been a long time since I had watched the Raimi trilogy. It's been a while, but Spider-Man 1, I think it is, out of all of the Spider-Man movies, I mean, out of all the Spider-Man origin movies, I think that was the best origin, like, movie. It had the most emotion to me, like, with, you know, Peter and his Uncle Ben, and then just, like, the way they did it, the way they turned him into Spider-Man, and he discovered his powers, like, it was just done perfectly, and... But if I had to say my favorite thing about that first movie. It just goes without saying, Willem Dafoe is the fucking he every time he's on screen, I can't stop smiling. You can tell he was just having so much fun in that role. Like he could not wait to shoot his scene. I mean, he was just
he's just incredible. He like goes all out. He really does.
I mean, and everyone points to that one scene, you know, where he gets fired at Oscorp, and but it's so good. You can't do this to me. Do you know how much I've sacrificed?
Out am I?
Out am I? We'll see. Oh, man. Like, he goes through literally, I mean, they pointed out how he literally goes through each of the 5 stages of grief in that one scene, and it's just great. He is perfect. Like, I'm telling you, after watching, you know, the Spider-Man movies, and then obviously The Lighthouse and all these other random Willem Dafoe movies, and then finally even like, you know, some of the stuff he's done with Lars von Trier, because I've been watching his stuff, I honestly, he might now be my favorite actor, because I just can't think of, and I don't know, I mean, I've never thought of a favorite actor, but he could be it, honestly, but...
He's fucking amazing. He really is.
So that's definitely my favorite thing about that first movie.
My favorite actor is probably Mads Mikkelsen, but Willem Dafoe's like definitely getting up there the more I see him.
Is he your favorite thing about that movie or something else?
I mean, just everything in that movie is fucking fantastic.
It is.
Like from Tobey to Willem to fucking score by Danny Elfman. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, everything's just perfect.
Oh,
Everything's fucking perfect. It's just like, the perfect origin.
It's a perfect origin. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's got so many like quotable moments too, but also some really like, I guess heartfelt moments too. Like it's it's got a lot of heart going with it, but like it also knows how to like break that up with really like oddly hilarious moments too.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's what I love about Sam Raimi, is that like he just blends drama and comedy so well. Like, you know, it gets emotional and like heartfelt, but also funny and campy. And like, that's a lot of his movies. And it's just like, and I think Tobey just looks and feels and like sounds the most, how can you hate him? Like, you know, like he sounds like just such a innocent guy to where like, I don't know.
He's just the perfect Spider-Man, because like he really does have the awkwardness down perfectly.
He does. He's just naturally awkward.
At some points he just feels like too awkward. You're just like, God, stop. But like it works for the character really well.
Was Spider-Man 1 the movie where he says, "Punch me and I bleed"? Do you remember
sure
that
that's
line?
Spider-Man 2.
Oh, okay, that's Spider-Man 2? Okay. I just love that.
That's the thing, like, I look back on those moments, like, now, and it's like, some scenes are, like, ridiculous and some quotes are very dumb, but, like, in the moment when I was a kid, like, I felt every bit of, like, Tobey's emotion for some reason, like, because I was a kid, like, I didn't really get that it was, like, just, like, kind of stupid in the long run. I wasn't really listening to the words he was saying, but I was like, damn, he's sad. I'm sad now. Oh, no. Spider-Man, you'll be okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can just relate to him the most out of all the Spider-Men, because he is like a naturally awkward guy, just like, you know, kind of nerdy and just like doesn't have a ton of friends, but he wants to be a nice guy. Like, I just see a lot of myself in him, so I'm like, okay.
Oh no, here we go. Say the thing, Quinn.
He's literally me.
He's
literally. Okay, I feel better.
Jesus Christ.
Yes!
I was like, he's going down this path.
I was building up to it. You knew. And I guess, okay, my last thing I just thought of about that movie that I love is the fact that the scene to where they're in the lunchroom and he, like, this is where he really starts discovering his powers, I think. But when he catches all the food on the tray and, you know, the infamous, like, no CGI used to catch all the and it took him, I don't know how many takes, an insane amount of takes to do it. But like nowadays, it'd just be so easy to just CGI that in. But like, you know, the year back in this was 2000. I mean, or 2002.
I would like if some directors just went, but like, why don't we try and just catch it all? You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And I'm sure there are some that would probably do that. But yeah. It was just a different time, you know.
It was a different time. Yeah. I don't know. Sam Raimi's awesome. The fact that he decided to just, no, we're gonna keep doing this until he catches it on the tray.
One of the best fucking lines in that movie that I still use to this day is I wouldn't want to fight me neither.
Oh yeah. Oh man, those quotes are great. Like you said, there's great quotes, like obviously, like, you know, with great power comes great responsibility, and like there's a bunch of deep quotes in that movie, but then there's also a bunch of goofy obviously lines. Like, what was one of them? The whole bone saw sequence when they're wrestling in the wrestling arena, and then he got my name. No, he got my name wrong. When they call him Spider Boy or whatever. But one of my favorite lines that is just so goofy, it's when Spider-Man he's rescuing the people from that burning apartment building, I think. And, you know, the Green Goblin is up there, like, disguised as some old lady. And turns around, and then I think Goblin says something to him, like, you know, you're out, Spider-Man, or something like that. And Spider-Man's like, no, it's you who's out, Gobby. He calls him Gobby. Every time, I'm just like, oh my god.
It's awesome.
Anyway, yeah.
I mean, every bit of the performance from Cliff Robertson as Uncle Ben, like he's just so good in all of his scenes. Like he's really fucking good.
He like
every scene he's in just got me super emotional when I was a kid, and even now.
Mm-hmm. When I see him, it's just like such a like the perfect father figure looking person. It literally it is. Like,
and it goes in with like Rosemary Harris as Aunt May as well.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Those two are just like they're so adorable and so emotional.
Yeah, they're just like the most wholesome people. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
there's other great performances as well, obviously, like fucking James Franco, J.K. Simmons, Kirsten Dunst. They're all just great in their own roles. I would love to see James Franco return at some point.
Oh, I know.
I want to see him come up again.
Yeah.
Come back, James Franco.
But no, he was great as Green Goblin Jr. or whatever. Harry Osborn. Harry.
I mean, yeah, in the first one, he's literally just Harry Osborn, and he's very cool.
Yeah, and I also love, I think the last scenes I could think of that really stand out to me was, like, the scenes in with Willem Dafoe talking in the mirror. Like, it felt like Gollum talking to himself. Like, that's what it always reminded me of.
Good.
It's so good. Oh,
that like laugh he does that echoes down the hallways is like so memorable.
Yeah. Just his face, like he would be the perfect Joker. I will die on that hill.
He really would.
He would. And I will never, like, the fact that Robert Pattinson's Batman will never face Willem Dafoe's Joker is just like the biggest missed opportunity ever.
Dude, imagine if that happens sometime in the future. I'll fucking freak out.
Oh, I know. It'd be literally perfect. It would be perfect, but
he goes up to him and says, "You smell of shit."
Yeah.
Bless him.
Yeah.
Anyway, do we want to move on?
Yeah, sure. Let's move on to
Spider-Man 2.
No, what a lot of people consider to be the best. Yeah, Spider-Man 2. So, Why is that? Why do you think people consider this to be the best? What is it about it?
Well, I do.
Yeah, but it's been a while since I've seen it. Like, so I'm trying to. I mean, I love obviously everything with Doc Ock, and like, there's so many great moments. But like, I don't know.
It's just it has everything. Mm-hmm. It really does.
Yeah.
Like it's got like a fucking fantastic villain. Mm-hmm. It's got like a inner conflict within the like main hero that goes on. That's like really hard to overcome and shit. It's got romance. It's got everything.
That's true.
It's fucking brilliant. Yeah. And the action sequences, holy fuck, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, the train scene was great. Oh, the train scene's iconic. Or the subway train, yeah.
And even like the bank scene and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Rewatching this like a year and a half ago, like I almost completely forgot about the hospital sequence. Mm-hmm. That is so Sam Raimi. Like,
oh yeah. When like. That was like Evil Dead
wild.
right there. That was like watching Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I cannot imagine people's, like, first reactions to that when it first happened in, like, cinemas. Like, it's so out of nowhere.
Yeah, it just suddenly turns into a horror movie. It does.
Yeah. Like, that woman who's, like, getting dragged across the floor and fucking nails are coming off and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Seriously, that scene, like, it probably scarred me as a kid watching that. Like, it was horrifying. It was just a horrifying scene. But
I guess it didn't do, like, super emotional damage to me or anything as a kid, but just rewatching it, I was like, what? Yeah. Oh, that scene. Fuck, I remember this. Jesus.
I just remember it just being, I don't know, just so out of the blue, but also awesome. I mean, yeah, but no, that was definitely you could tell like that was Sam Raimi there. I mean, nobody else could do that or think to do that. But
huge highlight for me is fucking Alfred Molina. Like, I haven't seen him in a lot, but he's just he's so good in this role.
Yeah, he is.
He really is.
Yeah. I still prefer, I mean, out of all the villains, you know, Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin will always be my favorite, but no, he was great too.
I think I sort of feel the same, but I don't really see them as comparable for some reason. Like, I really, really like them on their own.
Yeah, that's true, but people are always going to compare them.
Willem Dafoe's has, like, a lot to it.
No, he does, yeah. And, I mean, they're both pretty similar in the fact that, like, they're both genius, like, scientists, but their own inventions kind of poison their mind and turn them evil, or, like, control them pretty much. But
I'm just going to give, like, a forewarning here. Like, probably just spoilers for everything we're going to talk about here. All the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Just so we can talk freely about it, I think.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe's, like, death scene in Spider-Man 1 is really fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's such a cool idea, too.
Yeah.
Like, he was...
Yeah.
He's literally, like, on the brink of death. Like, he's just, like, pretty much about to get fucking beat down by Spider-Man. And he, like, just takes this one last chance to try and kill him. And he ends up killing himself.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's great.
It's so cool.
That's what I love, like, about... which I never even noticed it until it was... like I read it or saw it somewhere, but like how all the Spider-Man villains, they pretty much do, it's almost like they kill themselves in the end. Like Spider-Man didn't intentionally kill them or want to kill them. They all just kind of like, you know, by their own hand almost just, you know, died. I don't know if you which is an interesting idea, but
I mean, it works for each of these characters, I think.
Oh, it totally does, because like, I mean, they're all like such egotistical, like, I mean, their pride is their downfall type thing. Their ego is their downfall. But
I love a lot of the emotion that Doc Ock gives off with all of that. Like especially in the last sequence where like everything's just turned to absolute shit, and he's just like, he has that one moment with Peter where he's just like, Peter Parker, brilliant but lazy.
Yeah.
Even in that moment, he has such an emotional core to the like character itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like when he's not being controlled by the arms and shit, it's like, he's such an interesting character, I think.
Well, I mean, he was like,
played so well.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he was like the perfect mentor for Peter until he turned bad. So I mean, that was an interesting dynamic.
Listen to me now.
Yeah, he's probably my favorite part. And also with Spider-Man 2, you know, the infamous line, "Pizza time, pizza time."
Yes, it was.
Okay,
yes, it was.
Pizza time. Yeah, that was a great moment.
Just that whole sequence of him in the closet.
Trying to put everything back in the closet. It keeps falling out. Like, these movies, they're easily the funniest, too.
That is peak Tobey Maguire awkwardness right there, that scene.
I need to rewatch those.
I miss him.
Yeah, me too. Miss him already. But I guess that's probably my favorite thing about the movie, too, is just Alfred Molina in general. Yeah.
And I love that whole thing with J.K. Simmons, like when Spider-Man quits and shit, and he's just he was a hero. I couldn't see it all this time, and then it goes missing, and he's like, he was a thief.
He was, true. How did I forget to mention him, J. Jonah Jameson? He's like one of the best things about all three of the movies too, easily.
Oh yeah.
Like, that was perfect casting.
I'm really hoping, like, at some point they bring back, like, the whole, like, Daily Bugle crew, because they're, like...
Oh, I know.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, they were. It was perfect. And, like, because Sam Raimi's brother was the one guy that would always, like, pitch him the stuff. And he was giving all the possible names for Doc Ock, and he was like, Doctor Strange? It's like, it's been taken. It's taken. But,
I love it.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 is just fantastic.
It is.
I really love the whole sequence where he pretty much like quits as Spider-Man.
Like, awesome. And he loses his powers and like, and he's, that whole montage scene. There's so many montages throughout these movies, but I mean, they're so iconic. How he's eating the hot dog and watching them. Like,
You read my mind.
Yeah. Just watches the cops chasing somebody, I think.
I've seen so many people like edit like different things of that where it's just like huge like terror attacks and shit, and then just it cuts back to him like, continuously eating the hot dog.
This like I swear these Spider-Man movies have like the most memes that have come from him, without a doubt.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Each movie has a meme, but
They're extremely memeable.
oh yeah, they really are. But speaking of memeable, I can't wait to talk about Spider-Man 3 unless you had anything else about Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3 it's the Spider-Man film I've seen the most, absolutely.
I would say the same, honestly.
I've watched it on repeat. Yeah. I could not stop watching it when I was a kid when it first came out.
Yeah.
I was just in love with it.
Me too. I mean, it's the goofiest out of all of them, probably. I mean, and for obvious reasons, but...
Objectively not perfect at all, but it's so perfect for me. Yeah. I just love it.
Exactly. Like, I try to see people's criticisms, which is... I mean, most people just say it's really messy, but... I mean, there was really only 3 villains, like, Sandman, Green Goblin, and then Venom.
I don't even see a problem with that.
No, I don't see a problem either.
Like, it's balanced out well.
Yeah. I mean, look at No Way Home. That has, like, I don't know how many villains, but in Spider-Man 3, this will make Spider-Man 3 look tame, like, but...
I guess it's sort of different, given what No Way Home is.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
Spider-Man 3 is just, like... They do balance it out well, even though it feels a bit overcrowded. I think they do a very good job at it.
Yeah, they do.
Like I really love that first sequence when like he gets like attacked by Harry, like his Green Goblin.
Oh yeah. That was
like that whole sequence is awesome.
Oh, it is. And he's trying to like catch the wedding ring or not lose the wedding ring. Meanwhile, it's like
that scene is so fucking cool.
Yeah, it is.
So cool.
It is. I just don't see how people can just say it's such a terrible movie. There's so many great sequences like that.
It is like, literally perfect.
Yeah, it is.
Fuck you.
It is perfect.
Oh god, I love Spider-Man 3 so much.
Me too. I would say, I mean...
2.9 on Letterboxd?
I know, it's fucking crazy. I don't know how people think this way. Like, how can you... I don't know. I mean, and yeah, if I had to pick my favorite part, it honestly is the entire montage with evil Tobey Maguire. Like, that's the fucking best. Just with that song in the background too.
I still have that song on my playlist. It's a long song.
It is a long song, yeah. But every time I throw it on, I just enter his mindset. Yeah. Just like I just feel like I can walk down the street pointing at people.
I should never go in public and listen to a song because I'll get too wrapped up in it and just start pointing at people.
Me too.
And you don't want to do that in Australia.
No, you wouldn't want to do that.
One of the best fucking shots of all time is him just going into that store and then coming out.
Yeah. And then coming out immediately. So cool. And then, the fact that people use that as a criticism of the movie, it's like... That people just hate fun. Like, I mean, I say I hate fun, but...
Yeah, people just hate fun.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know how you could watch that and be like, this is terrible. It's just so much fun. That's all I gotta say. Like, that's the best way to put it.
I think a lot of people would usually just be like, oh my god, this is so cringe. Jesus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they would say it's cringe. But that's kind of the point. Yeah, that's the point.
That's the point.
He thinks he's acting all cool. In reality, it's like...
It's so good. What do we think of just the villains, I guess? For me, the best one is Harry Osborn, just because it's more personal to him.
That's true.
It feels like there's a lot of history there and stuff like that. But in terms of like the look, I suppose probably Sandman. Like he's fucking cool.
Yeah. No, I would definitely say I love the, relationship and all that between Harry and Peter. But what always hits me, that movie, is Sandman and his whole arc. Just like, because he is like a good guy, but he like got wrapped up in all this stuff, and he like is trying to just take care of his daughter, and like at the very end,
it's a tragic story.
It is a tragic story, and then like we said, we're talking spoilers, but when he's the one that accidentally killed Peter's uncle, which kind of I mean that twist was, you could say it was probably just like thrown in there, forced. Maybe people would say that just out of the blue, but. No, I mean...
I think it's well handled.
I thought it was well handled enough. But no, his like... And then the whole ending where Peter's like, I forgive you. And then just like that look on Sandman's face. Like that is like the most emotional part for me throughout the entire trilogy.
Yeah.
And so I think Sandman is just like... He was the most human out of all the villains to me. I mean, apart from Harry. But in as much fun as it is seeing Topher Grace as Venom, like... It was really fun, but it's also kind of goofy. There's not much to his character. I mean,
it doesn't have like any emotional
No.
backing to support it, but it's like it's fun.
it's
I
fun.
guess.
Like he's just like a rival to Peter Parker. I mean, and at the Daily Bugle, that's all it really is. I mean, and he was dating Gwen Stacy. I don't know. That's all they really gave him.
I
But
love that scene with him in the church. I come to you humble and humiliated.
it's like funny but sad at the same time. But then it gets really dark. Like it's so many things, that scene. And then
He got so mad about like being showed up at the office or some shit that he starts crying in a chair.
literally praying for Peter's death. It's like so
Yeah,
fucked.
like, it's a bit far, man.
Yeah, it
Jesus
is.
Christ.
Yeah, he was fully desperate.
He's just too
there.
cool. He can't be forced to live on.
Yeah, yeah.
Toby's just too cool. I just love that one shot where he's like, Toby like puts his like feet up on the desk and shit, and
Oh,
J.K.
yeah.
Simmons is just looking down at him
Just
like
keeps looking down at his feet and then up at him. Like
Yeah.
I said, that whole montage is my favorite part of. Literally, I would say it's my favorite part of the entire trilogy. It's just so.
You want forgiveness? Get religion.
Oh man.
The whole sequence with like that woman that lives next to him and shit, like where he's just on the phone.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
eating
Yeah.
milk and cookies.
It's like he's feeding him cookies, and then he's like, "Go make me some. Go make me some more." Or like,
yeah.
yeah. And then this one's not really funny. I mean, it's funny, but it's also kind of sad seeing like how bad he turned. But like the whole rent thing where he's like,
Yeah.
pay me rent, and then he's like, I have to say, I use this all the time. You'll get your rent when you fix this damn door. It's just perfect. It's great.
In the moment, it's so like hard hitting.
It is.
Like you're just like, damn, okay.
Yeah, because
shit.
like he's been nice to him. Like, well, I mean, other than always asking him for rent, like, you know, you see that guy throughout the whole trilogy.
He's just never retaliated.
Yeah.
But like that's the first moment where you see that guy just be like,
Oh yeah.
What? I really like love that sequence where he goes to visit Harry as like the evil
Oh
Peter
yeah.
Parker, I guess.
And they fight.
It's so good, and I just love that bit where like right at the end he like goes to throw the goblin bomb at him and he just slingshots
Oh my
it back
God.
at him. Like fuck, it's so cool.
Yeah. It's like
Like he just does it like straight up, like fucking.
and like oh I know it could have killed. I'm surprised it didn't kill him. Like, do you think he just like and then he just walks away? He doesn't even think about it. I mean, almost like he didn't care if he killed him right there.
That's the symbiote. That's the power of the symbiote.
That's true. That is.
I get so emotional in like the last like 20 minutes or so. Like there's this one sequence where like the music really kicks up and shit, and it's when like I know the exact like part. He like fucking jumps down and like he's going to fight Sandman and shit, and like the American flag is like right behind him and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, a fucking Jesus.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
ready.
great.
And I love how Harry comes to help him at the end.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I get so emotional. I love that trilogy.
Me too. It's the best. They're I mean, without giving away my ranking, they are pretty much my top 3. I mean, they just are. I don't know, I could go on forever about these, but yeah, they're just perfect.
In order of release, next would be Amazing Spider-Man, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Now on to Quinn's favorite movie.
Oh boy. Well, I mean, the first one's not terrible. It's not bad, but yeah, The Amazing
possible.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Did you see it when it first came out?
I don't even remember if I saw it in theaters. That's the thing. I might have, but
I don't think I did.
yeah, I don't know if I did either. But, you know, I haven't seen... These are, like, the movies I've seen the absolute least for sure. Like, so I don't know how much I'll be able to say about them. But, like, I literally think I saw The Amazing Spider-Man 2 only once. I think I've only seen that movie once. And the first one I've seen a few times on TV. But I think a lot of the reason I don't like these movies is kind of a petty reason, I'm not going to lie. But, like, around the time this came out... Then, I mean, you know, I was just a Tobey fanboy at heart, and I was like, nobody can replace Tobey. Nobody can do it. Like, so I just had
I
this...
was probably the same, yeah.
Yeah, and there's probably a lot of people like that, to where, like, you know, it's just... Even despite how good Andrew Garfield was, like, I just couldn't accept the fact that, like, anybody else could be Spider-Man, so... That affected the way I viewed him, for sure. And looking back, Andrew Garfield was good, but everything else surrounding him... I just wasn't a fan of. It just kind of all the movies just kind of felt cheesy and just kind of really, I don't even know.
It really felt like some of the actors were really trying their best and stuff and trying to sell it, but the direction was just so shit.
Yeah, the direction was not good, and I didn't really like that weird subplot with Peter's parents where they were like agents or whatever they were. I
think that's in the second one.
Oh, I thought that was in the first, but okay, maybe the second. But I mean,
but the first, there's like some mystery to his parents and shit, and then
yeah.
I
don't know. I mean, I don't remember much from it, but if I can say my favorite thing about it, yeah, I mean, it probably would just be Andrew Garfield. I don't really have and I like Martin Sheen as Uncle Ben. He was good. He was a good Uncle Ben, but and I do like the whole sequence of where he's like, he wakes up and he has his powers, like he discovers his powers. That was cool, but otherwise, yeah, I didn't like the villain. I didn't like just a lot of stuff. I don't know.
I think Sally Fields is a bad Aunt May.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think she's good at all.
Yeah, I didn't really care for her either. She just didn't. I don't know.
I just don't like her as an actress in general. Like everything I've seen her in, she's just been very mediocre.
Yeah,
from what I've seen.
I would agree.
I'd even say like the video game Spider-Man, like the PS4 Spider-Man, that Aunt May is like way better. That Aunt May is actually really good.
Yeah, she is. A lot of people say that's like one of the best Spider-Man. Like just that PS4 Peter Parker.
I do really like him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do too.
He's good.
Yeah, he is good. But I just would never compare a video game Peter Parker to the movie, I guess. But I don't know. I mean, I like how Dennis Leary's in the movie. I don't know. I'm really grasping for freaking straws right now. Like, yeah, I like some of the casting, but otherwise the movie was really cheesy. I didn't really like the villain. The writing, like I could go on, but I don't want to be too negative on him. The first one's decent. I think the first one's honestly decent. It's just not like nowhere near the Raimi trilogy.
No, nowhere near. But I mean, I sort of like Lizard, but mostly just because I really like Rhys Ifans. I think he's a good actor.
Yeah.
But you recently watched that Harry Potter's and shit. Like him as Xenophilius Lovegood is really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's great there.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's just very underutilized in Amazing Spider-Man, and he could have been a lot better.
Yeah, he could have.
Yeah, I think really the best thing is like just some visual elements and Andrew Garfield.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Emma Stone was good as Gwen Stacy too, but
yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, she's fine. That's how I get some of this whole movie. It's just fine. It's just whatever.
Not much to say about that one.
I don't know what else to say about that. And this next one, I'm dreading. Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like I said, I've only seen it once, and that's for a reason. Like, it has the worst villains. The worst villains.
I don't know if you saw or not, but I had only ever seen like clips of it and stuff and heard people saying, don't fucking watch it, it's terrible. And so I like only saw it for the first time like just late last year.
Well, at least it's fresher in your mind probably, but
it is. And I don't, like I said in the review, I don't necessarily think it's like as bad as people say, but it's like it's nowhere near good. I give it a 3 out of 10. I think it's like still bad.
Yeah.
But it's not like the worst thing I've ever seen or anything like that.
No.
Like there are good parts of it. There are good parts, but it's so fucking badly handled, and it looks like shit too.
It does. It looks terrible.
Like Electro is fucking.
He's
fucking gangbanged to shit. Like he's so badly put together.
Oh, they ruined his character. Yeah,
they ruined him.
I think my least favorite part of Electro's bad, and obviously Rhino, who's barely in the movie. I mean, he's fucking terrible.
He was awesome.
Oh, he's awesome?
He was awesome.
I mean,
just in his 2 scenes, he's so stupidly awesome.
I guess stupidly awesome.
That's the kind of stuff where it reminded me of like the Raimi trilogy, where I was just like, okay, this is just some dumb fucking shit. Some guy in a fucking rhino suit. He's Russian. He's played by Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Like, all right, fuck yeah, why not?
But it would.
That's fun.
Yeah, I guess it would have been almost. I think even though it'd be hard to put into film, like I just imagine, this is a comic book nerd in me, but like Rhino, who's a huge buff guy in like a skin tight Rhino suit, like that's as opposed to the movie, who's just Paul Giamatti in a big mechanical suit, like it's just weird.
But it's funny.
It's funny, but at the same time, and it's a goofy idea. But could you imagine like it'd be if Sam Raimi handled all of this, it would be he'd make it work. He would be able to make it work, but
he really would, yeah.
You know, but
he'd give it personality.
He
it's
would.
just that the films felt like they had no personality to them.
No, like they tried to be kind of funny because Peter Parker's a comical character, but at the same time they tried to be so serious, and it's like I can't take this guy serious. I can't take these villains seriously if they look terrible.
It felt like similar to that tone of movies that was coming out at that point, like Batman v Superman and Man of Steel and shit. Like it's that like dark, depressing element that's like taken to such a stupid level. I think.
Yeah, it is.
Like when I was watching Amazing Spider-Man 2, I was noticing like it's fucking long.
Oh yeah,
it's long. It feels long.
It is miserable. Like and like I said, like before I think of a favorite part, I for sure know my least favorite thing about this movie is probably, honestly, it's probably the Green Goblin. Like this Harry Osborn is terrible. I don't know if it's the actor. I mean, he's been in some other stuff. He's not bad. Like A Cure for Wellness, he's in that. I
get so just sad when I think about Dane DeHaan because I think he's a really good actor that has the opportunity to do way better.
Oh, yeah.
But he just keeps getting fucked over.
Mm-hmm. I just remember.
He's just not good in there.
I just have that image of this Green Goblin burned in my brain, and it's like he just looks so bad. Like people make fun of.
He's like a fucking weasel.
He does.
He looks weird.
Yeah, he does look weird. Like people make fun of Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin suit because it looks like a Power Ranger or whatever, but like if you look at this Green Goblin, it just looks disgusting. Like it's just disgusting.
Yeah,
it's just fucking gross. But
yeah, I mean that's like the whole like plot with his character. It's just like, you know, he starts like deteriorating and shit, and like I mean that first scene where he like goes to his dad and shit, and he's like got like long ass nails and shit, and he's like fucking falling apart. I was like, ew, what?
yeah. It's like taking
that's not Norman Osborn.
No,
Jesus,
they're taking the Green Goblin way too like to the extreme. Like it just didn't work. It didn't like.
I mean, it's an idea that could work well, but again, the direction
was bad.
Yeah, it's just so poorly put together, and the artwork for it as well, like the way it ends up looking, it's just like it's so shit.
Yeah, I would say the best thing what I like the most about it is obviously aside from just Andrew Garfield, is probably that whole sequence at the end with Gwen Stacy falling. That's my favorite scene. Just because it got...
Why is that?
I don't... you know, it's... I don't know. I like how they took some balls. Like, you know, they took some risks right there.
Yeah.
You know, because, like, every Spider-Man movie you watch, you know, there's somebody falling and he always catches them. I like how this at least took some risks or, like, you know, subverted my expectations and he didn't save her. So, I like that.
For sure.
But that's a bad thing about not having a third movie, like, is that it doesn't really lead to anything. Like, you know, like, what's the point of doing that if you're just gonna leave it there? I don't know.
I mean, I guess it's because the film got such bad reception.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah, it did.
Even if they did have a third and it was by the same director, it still probably wouldn't have been good.
Oh no, that's why I hope they would get a different director, but I don't know.
That's the perfect name for it too, Mark Webb.
That's probably why they hired him. He's got Webb in his name.
Yeah,
Let's
just the
hire
only
him.
reason.
Just Mark Webb.
What's he directed? Who cares? His name is Webb.
Oh, dear God.
There are some really good, like, Peter Parker style moments in that movie, though.
Yeah,
like,
there are.
There is one scene that made me, like, actually laugh, like, quite a lot, which was, he's, like, hiding under his, like, covers and shit. Mm-hmm. And he's just like, oh, I got a cough. I was cleaning the chimney. And then she's like, we have no chimney. We have no chimney.
Yeah.
And then he's like, what?
Yeah, that was good. That was funny.
That's so good.
Yeah. That
was a good moment.
That was a good moment. Someday I'll rewatch it just to see if I can notice moments like that, but I just have not felt like it.
Just don't bother.
No,
it's not good.
No, I know, but now everyone's like praising Amazing Spider-Man 2 for like how whatever. I mean, it's like okay, are these movies actually misunderstood freaking great movies? I want to go back and see.
No, they're bad.
Yeah.
They're not very good.
No.
It's just Andrew Garfield is good.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's it.
Exactly.
And like, I'm with everyone else. I do hope that he is able to play Spider-Man more in the future because he does well at it.
Yeah,
but it's just those weren't the movies for it. You don't need to defend them.
Yes, if they get a different director. I just do not want the same director and whoever wrote it. I don't know who wrote these, but I just...
Yeah, I mean...
They're not good.
It's awful. And like, again, like with Electro, like I said in my No Way Home review, like I grew up playing the game Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro, and I loved the character when I was playing that game a lot. Like, it's just, he's such a cool character. And then I saw like the stills of like Jamie Foxx when it was coming out, and I'm like,
fucking blue.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Exactly. Oh my god.
Looks like the fucking genie. It's awful.
Yeah. They just did him terribly. They mastered him.
And he's literally just such a shit character too. Like, he's just Spider-Man doesn't notice me. I'm gonna kill myself.
It's the cheesiest. Yeah, it's like the corniest freaking motivation for a villain. Like, just the nerdy person.
Can we talk about that as well?
Yeah.
Because like, I have these like 3 that, you know, and people probably know what I'm talking about.
The 3 that do that.
With like the 3 that do that, and it's Guy Pearce and Iron Man 3, Electro.
Okay, there's also one.
Yeah, Electro, and then I have one other.
Okay,
yeah.
Can I guess the one other?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Cheetah and Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And she's the worst one too.
She's the worst. That's the worst probably movie out of all these. But I mean, what?
I love Pedro Pascal in that movie.
No, he's good.
I love him in it.
He was fun.
No, but he's like, he needs his solo movie or something like that. He's so fucking goofy and awesome.
Oh, I know he is.
Like, he kept that movie afloat, but everything else is just pretty garbage.
Yeah, everything else is pretty bad. That's a whole rabbit hole of a discussion, but I just thought the story in that movie, I just thought the story was the most absurd thing. Like, every decision, like, in the fucking plot device of the magic rock or whatever it was, that was the biggest, laziest plot device in any movie I've ever seen.
That's goofy shit taken to such an extreme level that I really like. But for a movie like that, it doesn't really work.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, that's like when Sam Raimi needs to come in and like, okay, here's a goofy premise, let me direct it. Sam Raimi should just direct everything. How about that,
dude? If Sam Raimi made like a fucking Max Lord solo film, that would be so cool.
Yeah,
with Pedro Pascal.
Yeah,
I would love that. Just him like granting a bunch of wishes and shit and falling to pieces. Like, that's so cool. I wish to become the stone.
See, if the stone was literal, then he would literally turn into a stone. Like, if it was that literal, but he didn't, so.
Just that whole sequence of him, like when he does it, and he's just, like, screaming and, like, laughing manically. And there's, like, sand all around him.
Yeah,
like,
he goes crazy in that
movie.
Anyway, no, that trope is annoying with that the whole villain trope of, like, I'm a nerdy loser, and all of a sudden, oh, now I'm just this badass. It's like... whatever.
I do think it's well done in Iron Man 3 though.
Yeah, it was. Personally. That's the best case of it probably. Which I'm not even a big Iron Man 3 fan. That's my least favorite of that trilogy.
Know what?
But
you know what? Call me crazy, but that's my favorite of the trilogy.
Really? People love it. I mean, I understand why people like it, but I don't know.
I think the worst is the second for me.
The second one, for me, that's like a Spider-Man 3 situation where there's so many goofy moments to where, like, I realize it's flawed, but it's so much fun. Some of those moments are fun. Yeah. But
that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like Iron Man 3, especially all the shit with the, like, Mandarin and all that.
Yeah, I guess that.
By the way, him showing up in like Shang-Chi of all places, I was like, "What?"
I know that blew my mind.
Mandarin.
Yeah, that blew my mind when he came in. I was like, "Oh, I forgot about this guy.
I nearly fucking screamed. I was like, "What? It's him!"
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's cool.
And he's got that little.
Bringing back some people.
He's got that little thing, Morris.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Anyway, I've got nothing more to say about Amazing Spider-Man 2. I just don't.
Right, so next would be Homecoming then.
Yes, Homecoming, which
it's a good start.
It's a good start. I'm glad they skipped over the whole origin part. Like, we've seen his origin done enough. We don't need to see, Peter get bit by the spider and all this. Yeah, I mean, it's good. I love Michael Keaton as Vulture. I'll say that. He was great. I just love Michael Keaton in general, but yeah.
When I first watched it when it came out, I hated Zendaya. I thought she was terrible in this.
Yeah. Yeah, and I still don't really like her Mary Jane that much. I don't know.
I'm glad that they've done it a bit better now to where like she's actually like tolerable and she has like an emotional like range within the film. And but like in Homecoming, she's just insufferable. Like she's just a prick.
She is. It's like Mary Jane's not supposed to be this like really moody, freaking young, like whatever she was doing, whatever she was trying to. She was just being herself. She was just being Zendaya, which is why I never really liked her that much until Euphoria, which I'm not going to talk about because everyone's been talking about it. But like that was,
it's doing my head, and I don't even want to watch it anymore. God.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I've liked Zendaya in. But
I think she's great in No Way Home. I personally,
I
think she's really good.
She got better. Her character got better. I mean, more tolerable, like you said. But
I won't say she's like an amazing part of it or anything like that. But she's really good.
Yeah, I mean,
in Homecoming, just God.
Oh, it's bad. Like you'll never be able to. For me though, I'll never be able to have Kirsten Dunst replaced like as Mary Jane.
Yeah,
like she was perfect Mary Jane for sure. But
yeah, she's good.
Yeah.
What about Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy?
Oh,
I mean, she's probably right at the bottom.
See, I mean, I don't know. I would almost, just because I probably like Emma Stone more, I don't know. I would probably put her above Zendaya if we're looking at the three love interests.
I don't like Emma Stone all that much. I mean, like she's in some good things, and the best things I've seen her in, she's not even that great to me. I just don't think she's that great of an actress personally, but
I don't think she's like that great either. I just think she's a more likable presence than Zendaya. She's more like for me, Zendaya. It's not even that I like her. It's just Zendaya's attitude in the Spider-Man movies. It's like, I get it. You're the freaking whatever. I don't even know how to describe it.
No, but she dropped that as the movies went on, I think.
Yeah, but I'm just still so. Like, I'll never be able to let go of what she was in Homecoming. It's like, that's what I always remember for some reason when I think of her character.
You'll get there eventually.
I'll get there. I've only seen No Way Home once. I'm sure I'll watch it again. But
like I said, when I reviewed it, like the rewatch really did a lot for me. Mm-hmm. God, it's so good. Yeah. We'll talk about that later. But Homecoming anyway.
Yeah.
It's just a good start, really. Yeah. Like, it's fun. Yeah. It's got some goofy shit in there. It's enjoyable.
I think for me, the one thing I didn't really like, I don't know, Tom Holland's a good Spider-Man, and it's just a lot of the cast besides Tom Holland, and he's fine, but like Michael Keaton is the best part of that movie. Everyone else, I just don't like a lot of the casting choices. I feel like Tom or Peter Parker's friends, I don't find them that funny. They're trying to be so constantly comic relief. It's like, I get it.
In the first one, it is a bit much, but I do like their crew a lot more now.
Yeah,
I like their whole squad. I think they're just cute. But
yeah,
in that movie, it does feel like it's just trying
too hard in the first movie.
Yeah, a little bit.
But no, it's a good movie, but it's not near as good as the Raimi trilogy, but it is better than the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I'll say that.
Yeah.
But
Robert Downey Jr. is good in his moments too.
Mm-hmm. True. I always forget that he shows up in that.
I like that whole scene after the boat scene where he's talking to him and shit, and he's like, you don't deserve the suit.
Yeah. Wait, so is this the movie to where at the end Pepper Potts is giving that speech in that room, and then Tony Stark's like, give me the ring, and Happy tosses him the ring? Is that this movie? Okay, that is my favorite part of the movie, without a doubt. And it has nothing to do with Spider-Man. It's just, that's my favorite part, because I just love how Happy is just like, I've had this in my pocket since 2008, or whatever he said. And I'm just like, oh man, that was just great.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
But so that's my favorite part, and Michael Keaton as Vulture is good.
But everything with Iron Man is just a lot of fun. He's such a great character, and no one could play him better. Really.
No, nobody could. No.
I just rewatched Iron Man the other day, and fuck it, he's just so good.
He's perfect. Really he's like the embodiment of charisma. He's just a walking charisma machine. But I guess I don't have a whole lot to say left about Homecoming.
I do think, and this is something that's annoyed me up until No Way Home even, I fucking hate Flash Thompson.
Oh yeah, he's terrible.
He's just really irritating. He's not even I mean, he's meant to be sort of, but every scene he's in, I'm like, he doesn't suit that style. Like, he doesn't seem like a bully. He just seems pathetic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's not like an intimidating bully whatsoever. Like,
yeah. Every time he comes up in any of these movies, I'm like, shut the fuck up. Go away.
Yeah, he's terrible.
And, like, he's good in Grand Budapest, that guy. But, like,
yeah.
God, he's just awful in these.
Mm-hmm. He is.
He just doesn't suit the role.
No, he doesn't.
I guess Penis Parker is hilarious, I suppose. But,
well, that's another thing about the writing. Like, I think that's a main issue I have with the Tom Holland movies is, for me, the writing. Like, it's just trying too hard to be funny, to where I like Raimi's humor. Raimi's humor is like, it's kind of subtle, but like just goofy and like...
It is a lot more subtle.
Yes, it is. It's subtle and clever, but like the new movies, it's just, for me, it just feels like it's trying too hard to be funny and have a personality, just because they feel like they have to, because that's Peter's character, but like... I said, with this, like, you can call it a trilogy so far, because it's 3, but I mean, I do think it definitely gets better. Like, everything feels like it's been improved each movie that it's gone along, for me at least. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has. It has. I mean, I don't know what I like more, though, Homecoming or Far From Home. I really don't know. But
is next Into the Spider-Verse? Do you want to talk about that?
That's what I was wondering. I didn't know if you wanted to include that or not. We can.
We can, yeah.
All right, sure.
I do love that movie.
I like it a lot, too. And there's a lot of people, though... I don't know if I agree with this, to where people say this is the best Spider-Man movie, like, in general.
Yeah, everyone says that.
I just don't see it.
A lot of people say that.
Yeah, and I just don't see... I mean, it's a great movie, for sure.
My friend I always tell you about, it's his favorite still.
Oh, really? Yeah. There's even people saying it's the best comic book movie in general. I wouldn't... Yeah. I can't go that far. I just... Like, it looks like...
People really love it.
They do. And it's like, I like it a lot too. I mean, I own it on Blu-ray. I'm looking forward to the second one, but like still, I just can't, I find it hard to compare. For me, I find it hard comparing live action to animated, and I just take it for what it is. It's a goofy, fun, animated movie, but...
I can take it as just its own thing, like,
yeah,
Joker and the Batman and shit like that. Like, it's just its own separate thing, I suppose.
Which, I mean, I thought they were going to be bringing this in No Way Home. Like, I thought that coming through the portals would be all the fucking Into the Spider-Verse people, But
if they did that, I'd be like, okay,
it's too much.
It's getting a bit stupid now.
Yeah, it's a bit stupid. Like, I'm glad they didn't do that. I'm really glad. But
if they do it, like, it's got to be something live action. Like, I don't want it looking like that.
You don't want it to be like Space Jam, where it's like half animated, half...
God, no.
Yeah.
That would just be so bad.
It would be, yeah. As much as I would love to see Nicolas Cage in live action come as noir Spider-Man.
He's one of the best parts of that movie.
Oh, yeah. If I was to say my favorite part of the movie, it's Nicolas Cage is that character. And just, not even just because it's Nicolas Cage, but because that dialogue is so funny. Like, him
the dialogue is great.
Like, I do think Into the Spider-Verse is way funnier than the Tom Holland movies for me, but...
It's got some really good moments, yeah.
Yeah, it does. And, I mean, it definitely comes off like it's made for kids, but it's still... I mean, I can still watch it as an adult and laugh at it and have fun with it, so, like, I'm glad it's not... I saw
it twice in cinemas. Like, I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Because when I first saw the trailer, I was like, what is this? What is this kid movie? Like, this looks goofy as hell. But then I watched it, and I'm like, okay, I was wrong.
The animation is fucking fantastic. It really is.
It was.
It's got such a cool look.
Yeah, it looks like it literally is in a comic book. Like, it looks like you're reading a comic book. But my only gripe with the animation is... just how it kind of the frame rate, how it's really choppy, and I guess, I don't know, I suppose that's the point, but it doesn't like flow completely. It just looks kind of choppy, like, if you know what I mean. Mm. But that's my only,
I guess.
It's like one of my only gripes with the movie, but I don't really have
it. Is very good.
It is very good overall. Yeah, just visually.
I think Miles Morales is great. Gwen Stacy's great.
Yeah, the characters are a lot more likable than, like I keep saying, but the Tom Holland movies, I just find the characters more likable in this. But, so I don't know. I haven't seen that in a while either, but...
I just want to rewatch all of these, except The Amazing Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
True.
One.
Yeah, me too. I would skip those.
Anyway, next would be Far From Home then.
Yep.
How are we feeling about that?
I need to rewatch this. Out of all the movies, this is the one I need to rewatch, because I really have only seen it once in theaters when it came out, and it was good. I mean, it kind of falls on the same level of Homecoming for me. It has the same issues, but the same good about it too. My biggest complaint, honestly, is like just how, if you're gonna put Jake Gyllenhaal in a movie, he was great, but like just the fact that they kind of like used him for one movie and just like kind of threw him away like that, and like I feel like he had so much more. I guess it's just because a personal thing. Like he's like definitely one of my favorite actors. I mean,
same.
And he just same for you. And it just kind of feels like an unnecessarily big name and big actor to put for that villain. I don't know.
I mean, he works well as the villain. It's just I guess he could have done with probably more there. I was just like enjoying him, as a character quite a bit up until that big reveal moment, and then I was like, okay, he got like a lot more interesting really quick, because I didn't expect that at all, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
So that's what another thing I was wondering or wanted to bring up was the fact that another reason why the Tom Holland movies, they're not, have you noticed how all the villains, as opposed to No Way Home, but like how all the villains have pretty much they have these like grudges against Tony Stark, like it's more about Iron Man than it is about Peter Parker. And I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, it makes it feel less like important to Peter. It makes it feel like less, consequential. Like he's just like, I know he's like Tony Stark's protege, and that's why he's dealing with this crap. But I mean, still, it feels like they don't really have motivation against Peter. It's just, I don't know.
I mean, it's interesting enough for the like villain character, I think, because like you do sort of see them as someone who's like a little bit, sort of pathetic, like going after just this one guy because he has something to do with someone that you want revenge on, but you can't get revenge on because they're dead.
Yeah, that is
like,
true.
Like
I mean,
you see them in a strange light because of that, and I like that, but it doesn't feel, super personal to Peter himself. So it feels like his development has been slow throughout these movies, but it does work now, I think.
Yeah, it does. It took a while to get there, but I mean, no, it does. And I guess, Iron Man technically was still alive for Homecoming, but he was off doing his own stuff. He was off who knows where, but yeah, I mean, overall, like I said, I just need to rewatch Far From Home, because unfortunately it was good, but it was honestly just kind of forgettable for me. It was just kind of, I don't know why. It's definitely due for a rewatch.
I think I've seen it 3 times. I really loved it when I first saw it, and like over time I think it's worsened a little bit in my head, but it's not like bad at all. It's just like,
no,
maybe I wouldn't have like the same reaction now as I did back then, but I don't know. Objectively, it's not like that great or anything like that, but I think a lot of the visual elements and the acting helps it for sure.
Oh yeah, visually it's great.
That one sequence with Mysterio is like,
oh god,
fuck me.
Yeah, where he's going through all the weird
really
illusions.
incredible.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part of the movie. If I had to say favorite, that was great.
It felt like animated. It really did. Like it felt like it was right out of comics.
Yeah, I mean,
it just had so many cool visual styles.
Yeah, I would say just. Even though, like I said, I think he was underutilized, I think Jake Gyllenhaal just being in the movie and that sequence, those are easily my favorite parts of the movie.
It's a really cool villain. I really like Mysterio.
No, he is a really cool villain. He is. Because I'm sure you saw this, to where one of the potential plot lines or one of the potential things in the script for No Way Home, they were supposed to have Mysterio come back to fight Doctor Strange. Could you imagine Mysterio? Oh my god. It'd be two like wizards basically.
Fuck, that would have been insane.
It would have been insane. And they could have made it work, because like Doctor Strange didn't really have much to do at the end, at least from what I remember in No Way Home, but like having him fight
at the end
like
of No Way Home.
Or, well, okay, I mean, no, he
literally had to close the entire fucking...
No, he was closing a portal, but, like, at the same time, it would have been cool, to see him fight Mysterio. Yeah. That would have been badass, but...
That would have been great if he came back at some point.
Oh, that would have been. That would have... He technically should have, because why wouldn't he have come back? Because he knew who Peter Parker was, and he died.
I mean, he sort of died.
Well, no, no, I know he died, but all the villains had died as well.
Well, Mysterio died in this universe.
Oh,
like
so wait,
MCU
villains
universe.
from... Oh, so villains from Tom Holland's own universe couldn't have come back. I must have missed that little.
I mean, I'm guessing not.
Yeah.
But then again, wait, did Vulture die or did he just go to prison?
He just went to prison.
Yeah, that's why he's in Morbius, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I'm still trying to wrap my fucking head around.
Oh my god, I know it's freaking bizarre. I don't know what's going on, but
yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, by the way,
and like, did you ever see the post-credit scene to Let There Be Carnage?
Oh wait, no, not with Let There Be Carnage. I heard about it. I looked it up on YouTube because I was like, okay, just show me it because I did see it. Good. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I mean, but no, another post-credit scene I was thinking of. I think it's Homecoming's post-credit scene. But it's when Vulture is in the prison. That one guy, I can't remember his name, but he's basically Scorpion. You know, Scorpion, the Spider-Man villain. You know what I'm talking about?
I didn't even remember this.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, Vulture, Michael Keaton meets up with like another Spider-Man villain in prison, and that he literally nothing's happened with this guy yet. Like he hasn't come back. Like, okay, what are you doing? Like, why are we? It's kind of like it's kind of like the. End of or post credit scene of Doctor Strange, to where like that guy, what was his name? What's that villain? Or he was like training Doctor Strange in the movie.
Oh, him, yeah.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, isn't he back in Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah, now he's finally coming back. But I remember they teased him at the end of that, and it's like it took like freaking 6 years. Like, holy crap! Yeah. But I mean. So no.
Well, I mean, I'm fine with them taking time for some shit. Like, there's a lot going on in the MCU currently, so.
No, there is. It almost just feels like they forgot about him or something. I don't know, but no. I don't know.
That's Far From Home, I guess.
That's Far From Home, I guess. So finally,
it's good.
It's good. It's good. That's the best way I could put it. It's whatever. It's good. It's good. I need to rewatch it. But yeah, so now on to finally. I mean, the biggest fucking Spider-Man movie.
The magnum opus.
No Way Home. I
mean, I've talked in like a 16-minute long video about this in detail, but like, God, I could talk about it for ages.
Oh, I know. There's a lot to talk about. I mean, I only saw it once in theaters. I mean, obviously the theater experience was great. It wasn't like Endgame or Infinity War level for me, though, just because the theater I saw it in was a lot smaller. And
I mean, can anything be to that scale at this point? Like,
not really, but in terms of like the fan service, like, you know, people cheering and like stuff like that. I mean, there was a lot of that, but
it was great being in that environment. I really do love like theater experiences like that.
Oh, I know. That was the first one I literally had since Endgame, so like it made me miss that kind of.
Because it's like in theaters, whenever you go to see stuff, like you feel like you can't really be all that loud or anything. And in those movies, you're just like, yeah, I can scream with everyone else. Fuck yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
It was just so good. Like in those big extreme moments like that in the theater, I was just like, oh my God, yes, everyone's cheering. It's so good.
Yeah, this is definitely one, like Far From Home, I'm already needing to rewatch because I think just seeing it the first time was so surreal. Like I couldn't really believe what I was seeing, to where like I literally was so, you know, like I was like, I never thought I would see this on screen. And like I said, we're talking spoilers, so anybody who's really cared about the movie, they've already seen it by now. But I mean, just seeing like, you know, the 3 Spider-Men come together and interact, it just still blows my mind even thinking about it. Like the fact that this could happen.
Nothing could come close to that feeling. It's just amazing.
Yeah. We can praise this movie to death, but I mean, if I had, just to play devil's advocate, I do have some issues. Like, for me,
I have some issues too.
And for me, the issue, I thought a lot of the writing, you know, and this, like I said, it's the issue I've had with this whole trilogy, but the writing, especially in this, was just so noticeable to me, to where it was almost too... I liked the writing with the 3 Spider-Men. That was good. But like early on, and especially with a lot of the villains, for some reason their writing just kind of felt off to me. I couldn't imagine sometimes this person saying this thing, like, if you know what I mean.
I was sort of on the same page as you for a bit, and I was like considering just saying it's a 9 out of 10. There's not much I like about those specific parts, but the rewatch, it really, really helped. Like, trust me.
Yeah.
Like it just, it made some of those parts where I was really not sure, or I was like, I don't know if I like that. Like it felt like, yeah, I do fucking like that actually.
Yeah. Like what got better for you on rewatch, like that you didn't know if you liked the first time? Just
Well, there were some things with the villains that, yeah, I wasn't all that sure about because they felt, different to how their originals were.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it made sense for it to feel that way, I guess. I just watched it on the rewatch and I was just like, yeah, this sort of makes sense for this character now. And
how so? Like,
I don't know. I just like the writing and the interactions that they had because they're not meant to be like huge, like drawn out moments or anything like that. They're not meant to be like big conversational scenes. They're just meant to be like smaller bits of it. And I think those little smaller bits actually really worked.
Yeah, that's
for
true.
me at least. But
Yeah.
I mean, it really just depends on how you feel about it. But yeah, I would say rewatch it because it definitely helped me.
I definitely will. I mean, yeah, because that is my main issue is just a lot of the writing, a lot of the interactions. And we both love the Raimi trilogy and we hold those characters so closely. So like I just know if something feels off about what they're saying, or like I just can't imagine, them saying this in those movies, that type of thing. But and just like little moments, like like for instance, this is just a really random moment I remember, but in that when they go to, was it Aunt May's place that all the villains of them go to when they try and fix them?
No, it's Happy's apartment.
Oh, Happy's apartment. When they go to his apartment, then how Aunt May was like, she went to Doc Ock and like, tap water or salt water because she's an octopus. Like I just rolled my eyes. I was like, do you need that?
It's sort of dumb.
It's sort of dumb. A lot of moments, there's just a lot of really so quick interactions like that to where I was like, I don't need to see every specific character interact with every other character. I mean, it's cool. It's fun.
But I guess that's why I can call it passable enough for now is because it's, something that is just a small interaction.
Yeah.
I mean, I did like that one interaction that Electro and Sandman had together where they were talking about like
don't fall into places. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, like
that was funny.
Yeah, but then oh man, I gotta look. As much as I love hearing Willem Dafoe say it, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm just like, no, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Yeah, I still don't like it.
The inner child in me was like, he said it. He said the thing. But it's like that was just one thing he happened to say. And the only reason they put it into this is because it turned into a meme and the writers know that. So like,
yeah,
there's no he wouldn't just say that again. Like
he really wouldn't.
It
didn't suit
goofy.
It didn't suit the character. I still didn't like it on rewatch.
No, me neither.
It's just not very good.
Yeah, and also another thing that felt really weird for the character is just like little moments where he's like, Willem Dafoe is like, I could go for a burrito or whatever he said. Remember that? I was like, okay, that's funny. Whatever. It's just funny coming from him for whatever reason.
I really loved when he was like stealing the donuts and shit, and you could see him in the background of that shot.
Yeah, true.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I like how he just kind of abandoned his whole original outfit, and then he just looks like a crazy homeless guy that just got like Aunt May picked up and helped.
It works so
it
well.
works. Yeah, this movie really made me appreciate, other than like some of those little moments, it really made me appreciate like the Green Goblin character, because like I didn't realize how fucking menacing and badass he actually was.
He's such a good character.
Yeah.
Again, it's like something similar to like Iron Man and Robert Downey Jr. and shit. Like he just could not be played better by anyone else. He really couldn't.
No, he couldn't. Like,
and it's the same with Doc Ock, I feel.
Yeah.
Well.
Oh, it is for sure.
The like pure aggression that like Alfred Molina has in like some of his scenes when he's being like controlled and shit. Like he's just so fucking.
Yeah, he's just pissed the entire movie.
There was that one like bit in the movie where like I think Alfred Molina like jump scared the entire audience because he just came out of nowhere screaming.
Oh, really? I'd have to rewatch to remember that, but
I can't remember the line that he said, but like it jump scared the fuck out of me both times.
Damn. Yeah, I thought. I mean, those were obviously my two favorite villains of the movie. It was Green Goblin and Doc Ock, but I mean, it was. I mean, it's I would say definitely my least favorite. Electro and Lizard, I was just like, okay, we have to bring him back, I guess.
I noticed like actually noticed how fucking hilarious Lizard was.
Oh yeah, he was. I guess he was funny.
No, but like, there's this one fucking scene where, and I keep laughing at it, like the fucking line, because he's talking about like Zendaya or whatever. Like when she leaves the room, and he's just like, "No way, that's his girlfriend." No way.
Oh god. Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
I was like, "What the fuck?"
I know.
That line's awesome.
Yeah.
Just the delivery is perfect.
Or just also like how they were talking about like their evil plans, and like how his plan was to. He was like, "So you were trying to turn the whole city into lizards or whatever," and he's like,
Yeah.
exactly or whatever he said. Like, yeah, it made it funny. Like, they pointed out how dumb that plan actually was, or how ridiculous. So I mean, I liked how they poked fun at the characters.
He's super goofy, and I like that they went on with that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm glad, and they like called him a dinosaur and all this stuff. Like, I'm glad they are at least poking fun at themselves. But
yeah, and what I like about Lizard in this movie is he wasn't super overused or anything. Like, he just comes in at really good moments, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, you could say he's underused, but I'm kind of glad because, like I said, it's not one of my favorite villains. But no, he comes in at some good moments for sure.
Yeah, for sure. What about Sandman?
Yeah,
How do you feel about him?
I mean, I wish that they got the actual. Did they get the actual actor to come back? Because you don't really see.
Yeah, he was in the last scene. You see him.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Want to know what's freaking bizarre? Apparently, that was unused footage from Spider-Man 3 they put into the movie. That's I swear to God, you can look it up.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you can look it up, but like, and so that's why I'm wondering, is that why he was in his sand form the entire time? Because I wanted him to come out of that, and like I wanted to see him. But yeah, that's weird.
Odd. I really didn't know that.
Yeah, because like even his voice sounded off to where like I guess I could look it up right now. I don't know why I'm not.
It was Thomas Hayden Church doing it, but I guess he just didn't want his face in there or something. I don't know.
I guess not. Maybe he looked a bit too old. I don't know, but
I liked his voice acting as Sandman.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, I guess that is him in the movie, but it's just so weird how I looked that up and I was like, yeah, that was just old footage, which is why he looked just as young, I think, as he did in Spider-Man 3. But I mean, either way, I don't know. I liked him, but I kind of wish they did more with him somehow.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
obviously the main focus was all on Doc Ock and Green Goblin. I think they knew that. I think they realized those are the two most beloved villains. I think they're the most complex. Like, they have the most layers out of all the villains too. So
yeah, absolutely. And it feels like Willem Dafoe was like the main villainous element of the film.
Which I wasn't expecting. I thought Doc Ock was going to be the main villain from like the trailers, but yeah, that was great how he was kind of the main. Yeah, I'm glad.
I just love that like scene at the end where he's like on the like shield and shit.
Oh yeah.
He just like fucking aggressively takes his glasses off and shit, like his goggles, and I was like, this is such a cool fucking look.
Yes.
God.
Yeah, it is. Like
it's so like I guess raw. I don't know.
It is.
It's like there's such a messy energy to the character in this movie.
Yeah, it is, and it's just
I literally cannot get over that sequence where like Spider-Man is punching him in the face repeatedly, and he keeps turning back and smiling.
Yes, and then he starts laughing.
God.
I know, that's literally moments like that. Yet again, it's like why have we not gotten this guy as the Joker? It's fucking perfect. Like, could you imagine Joker makeup on that face? Like,
yeah. That scene in No Way Home just had like the same energy as like the scene in the interrogation scene in The Dark Knight.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
like it's just like being beat up repeatedly, but still like
just
laughing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have nothing to threaten me with.
That's what he should have said in that scene. I would have loved that.
And I love how he was like he was actually still like a physically strong character too. Like, he's throwing Spider-Man through the fucking ground and shit.
Oh, I know.
Like over and over again.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah. He was really like, that was a like, it's
Willem Dafoe is the best part for me.
He is I would say so too. Obviously my favorite part is probably, just seeing the three Spider-Men come together. That's my favorite.
That goes without saying.
That goes without saying, yeah. But like,
I just mean in terms of the actors.
Oh, in terms of the actor, yeah. No, he's the best. And I would say my favorite moment is, even though I thought it was kind of goofy where they did it, or like, it just, it didn't feel as epic as I thought it was going to be, but when they revealed when Andrew and Tobey come in through the portals,
I loved it. I thought it was so well done.
Oh, I know. I thought it was. I did too, but like just where they were at and like how Ned is somehow knows how to open a portal right away. Like I don't know.
I mean, it works because they're just trying to find Peter, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's not like Tom Holland himself could have found him.
No, but yeah, that was definitely my favorite part.
I didn't even really know this or anything like that. But do you know a lot about like the character of Ned?
No, not really.
Because apparently, and like I'm gonna be shocked if they actually utilize this, but apparently, like his character is a hobgoblin. I'm gonna be surprised if they actually utilize that. He does not give me that energy.
No, not at all. I kind of hope they don't. I hope they don't.
I don't know if they will or not, but yeah, that's where the character's based from, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess. But then again, by the end of this movie, how they kind of reset everything. Do you think are those two characters even going to be a part of any future Spider-Man movies? Like
that's like there's such a appealing bit of mystery to the way the movie ends for me. Because I really like how it ends. I really do.
I do too. Just how it feels like a clean slate. Like, okay, we set up Peter's character, but we're starting fresh. Like, and I think. Because, like, by the end of it, like, the vibe I got was, like, he saw them in the coffee shop, and he was like, okay, he remembers, like, all the shit that he had to put them through, and he thought it would just be better if, like, they didn't have to deal with that, so he just,
And that's what, like, I'm getting so much, like, of the Raimi Spider-Man vibes from this shit. Like, when he moves into a new apartment on his own, he's got the, like, police tracker thing, and he fucking swings out the window in that beautiful new suit. And I was like...
Yeah. Oh, I know. It was great.
Oh, my God. This is hitting the spot.
Yeah. I mean...
I love this suit.
I do, too. It was cool. Just how it was, like, a simple, like, makeshift suit, but it looked good. It wasn't some fancy fucking armor suit that could do everything. But...
Yeah, it felt like just going back to the classics.
Yeah.
And I was like I'm excited for whatever comes from this character now.
Me too.
Like, I really am.
Yeah. But can we just talk about how much of a missed opportunity it was to not put the Rent guy from Spider-Man, the Raimi trilogy, as the fucking landlord at the end of the movie? I thought that was what they were going to do. I was expecting him to walk around the corner.
That would have been amazing.
Wouldn't that have been perfect? Oh my gosh.
Would have been so cool.
It would have been. That would have been one of the biggest applauses from like the people that love the Raimi trilogy.
Or even just getting like the woman that lived next door, like maybe she owns the building now or something like that.
Yeah, true. Maybe she's like the new landlady.
She brings Tom Holland some milk and cookies.
No, that would have been great. Oh my god.
That would have been perfect, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's funny that like in my mind I feel like they were doing so much for fan service, but here I am wanting more like that. Like put him in there, put her in there. Like
you can't deny the fan service. It's like a disease. It's like the symbiote,
It is.
It just eats you up and you can't get over it. You're like, I want more.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
And that's the thing as well. Like I'm guessing it now because of like the whole Venom multiverse shit. Like it seems like at some point we're gonna get an evil Tom Holland. Maybe the symbiote will take him over at some point.
We could. I hope they don't try and homage.
If they try and redo that shit, I'll hate it.
I'll hate it too, which is what I'm really worried about. But oh man, I hope they don't.
They better fucking not.
Yeah, I kind of wish that they did something with that in this movie though. When Tobey came back, like or at least acknowledged it, or referenced it somehow.
No,
just like
no,
I mean,
I don't want that.
Well, but at least if Tobey was there, like I don't know what they would have done, but...
Well, I loved that he sort of referenced it when he's like, I fought like an alien from space.
yeah.
And Tom Holland's like, I've been to space. He's like, you've been to space?
And I like how Andrew Garfield, he was like, I fought a guy in a rhinoceros suit. I'm lame compared to you guys. Like,
yes.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I mean... But then he kept going.
I just love that whole scene of them just talking on top of the Statue of Liberty.
That could have been the whole friggin' movie. Like, those were the best parts. For me, it was just those three talking.
They work so well together.
Yeah, they did.
And there's just so much like love put into all of that. Mm-hmm. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, overall, like this movie really does feel like this is like their way of bringing all of the Spider-Man fans together, because like everyone's always fighting like, no, Tobey's the best Spider-Man, no, Andrew is, or Tom is, like, you know, this is like bringing all the fans together. You know, they found a way to do it, which is kind of why, that's what I like actually the most about the movie, is just the idea behind it, just like that, just like, I don't know, it brought people together, I guess.
The only thing I've sort of found like that I guess weakens a little bit on a rewatch for me, you can say there are like hype moments in Endgame or whatever, right? Like, like there are big like insanely hype moments where the theater would scream and shit, and you can rewatch them now and like still feel like that same feeling, like, oh shit, this is like fucking awesome, I'm feeling it, go Avengers. But like in this one, like I rewatched it in the theater and there was like barely anyone in the theater for the second time. And when Andrew takes his mask off,
oh yeah,
it's really awkward.
Is it?
When there's not a theater
screening. I know, when there's not,
like,
yeah, exactly, because they literally, they leave a pause in there because they know people are going to cheer and clap. And yeah, when it's, I could imagine watching
when
this
I
alone.
rewatched it, I just watched it and I was like, ooh,
yeah,
ooh.
Yeah, that's why.
But I mean, it's great in the moment, obviously, like when you are with the theater and stuff, and like if you hadn't seen it before, you'd still feel like insanely hyped for it.
Yeah,
but on rewatch, it's just like,
yeah, I know, it's, yeah, that would be interesting. It's like watching a comedy, like sitcom, without the laugh tracks, like I imagine. Like, you know,
it's a
just
little bit like that.
Those pauses left in there to where they know they're gonna get a reaction, but if there's not one, then it's just like, okay, I don't know.
But I guess it's fine. I mean, it's fine. It works for what the movie is, so that's good. I said in my review too, like I feel like I was one of the only people in the theater that actually like sort of screamed for Charlie Cox showing up.
Oh yeah, there was some people in my theater that were like, they didn't like scream, but they were like, oh, like, you know, like, oh my, like, look who it is, like stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
because I have a strong love for the character of Daredevil. Like, I love the show, and like I haven't even seen season 3 yet.
Neither have I. Yeah,
I still adore the show so much. I think he's like my top 3 superheroes personally. I love the character, and like when he showed up, I literally, like, I expected, like I had some sort of expectation for, like, you know, other villains to show up. Andrew Garfield, Tobey, like it's possible. Never in my fucking a million years did I expect Charlie Cox to show up.
No.
So I fucking freaked out, and I was like, when I noticed no one else screamed with me, I just sort of went like, like I couldn't even breathe. I was like, what?
That's the thing. A lot of people, I wonder if people even, you know, if people are only familiar with the movies, like some people, I didn't even know who that was. So like, I don't know. Yeah. But in the back of my head, I was like, I had a feeling he would show up because of all the rumors and like all the stuff surrounding the movie beforehand. Like, I saw a lot of stuff.
I tried to stay away from it as much as I could. So
I should have stayed away, but that's why it didn't shock me as much. Like, but no, it was still cool seeing him, even if it was just for literally like one scene. But that would have been cool if he showed up at the end for the fight too. If Daredevil showed up. Wouldn't that have been? Fuck it, throw it. Yeah.
Do you agree that for me, I think it would have been a lot better of a decision if they didn't market the villains? Like, imagine the hype.
Oh, the hype would have been great, but at the same time, if you can't market Tobey and Andrew, then I guess they had to market something. I mean, I don't know.
It is hard to market this movie, like,
because that's what the whole movie is,
like, the story.
Yeah. Which actually is like, that's another thing I wanted to bring up, is the fact that this is how I see the movie, but like the entire movie, like for me, there's not really the plot is so thin and it kind of just is there only for fan service. Like I feel like this movie, and I enjoy it, I like watching it, but at the same time, to get Peter's character where he is at the very end, I feel like the rest of the movie is just not a whole lot happens other than like, here, remember all this stuff. Like it just kind of, but like I said, I enjoy it, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like the movie solely exists just for fan service and nothing else. Which, I mean, whatever. I mean, I'm a fan, so service me. But
well, fan service and to actually develop the main character.
Yeah.
Because up until then, like we said before, like it feels like he's just been living off like Tony Stark's back, basically. but now it feels like he's his own thing, and he's gotten some growth within this film. So
Yeah.
I like that a lot. And I really love Tom Holland in this movie. Really do.
Yeah, this is him at his best. Yeah, it is, for sure.
He's just great.
Yeah, I mean, he does get the most emotional in this movie, so he was good.
And it sucks because I just saw Uncharted yesterday. Like, Jesus. In No Way Home, I think he's great. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah, he was good. Another moment. I gotta talk about how awkward they handled this, but Aunt May dies, you know? Like, it just, I mean, look, she gets hit by an explosion and then she gets up like she's fine, and then she falls down again. The way they did that, like, you know what I mean? Remember that?
I'm fine with it.
No, but it would
I
have
got
been
emotional.
No, the emotion I'm fine with, the scene I'm fine with, but it was just like after she gets knocked down, then like, okay, let her stay down and then give that little speech to Peter. But like she literally gets back up and just like nothing happened, and then she falls down again. I'm just like, what the fuck?
No, but I think it's good for her character because she is someone that just always wants to help all the time, and she just basically was like that until the end, which I really like.
Yeah.
So like she's just constantly trying to help Peter and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I liked how they handled it personally, but I can get that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just little moments like that were just handled weirdly for me, but I mean, it's not a whole lot.
Can we talk about the fucking mirror dimension scene?
Yeah, that was good.
I think Benedict Cumberbatch is so well utilized in this movie too.
Yeah,
He's such a great fit.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, like I just love the first sequence with them when he like actually tries to create the like spell.
Mm-hmm.
And he just keeps going back and forth on it and shit.
That's
awesome.
why I wish. Here's the thing though, if you're performing a spell that could potentially affect the entire universe, but you're doing it for this kid that just wants his friends to get into college, I mean, at least put the kid in another room while you do it. You know, don't let him fucking interfere. Like,
you changed my spell 7 times.
Seriously, like that. It's for me. Some of the plot logic was my main issues, like just like that, to where like really would Doctor Strange really be this risky after everything they freaking been through, like, and all the shit that I don't know. I mean, I know the movie has to happen, but you know, just like
I'm fine with it.
He's supposed to be the Yeah, I know, but he's supposed to be the protector of the universe, or like the key, whatever. But
well, now
yeah.
Wong is the Sorcerer Supreme, so get out.
Oh,
of
I know,
here,
which is so weird to think, but yeah, that's cool, I guess.
Fuck yeah, Wong. I love Wong.
No, I love him too, but he was right. He's like, don't cast a spell. It's like, yeah, don't cast the fucking spell. Like, it's a bad idea. Look what happened.
And he just leaves, like, just leave me out of this.
And also, here's one thing, why couldn't instead of saying I want everyone to forget what was the initial spell basically, like make everyone forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. That was the initial spell. Okay, why couldn't he just say make everyone forget what Mysterio said? Like, couldn't you just do that?
But that's the thing. He's Peter Parker. He's awkward. He gets things wrong.
Yeah, he does. But then again, he's Peter Parker. He's supposed to be this ultra genius, but
not ultra genius. He's like ultra genius for high school level, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think it works because I guess he brought Peter in like expecting, you know, to do this spell and it'll be over with and stuff like that, and you know, that's just Doctor Strange, I guess. Like, just he's just being accommodating and he's just doing his thing, but like Peter fucks it up so much because he is such an awkward and like dumb character sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's why I like it. Like, he fucked it up like 7 times in a row. Like,
yeah, that's
it's
true.
Awesome.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I'm willing to let things slide. I'm willing to look past things because the movie has to happen, but
I let a lot slide with that movie because I just enjoy it so much.
Yeah.
I just had such a fun time with it.
I mean, that's the way to view it. I mean, just view it for what it is. Like, it's a fan service movie. Just take it as that. I mean, I'm not, you know, the plot holes are throughout the entire thing, but I mean, I'm just gonna, whatever. I'll forgive it.
Like I said, like, rewatch it at some point.
Yeah,
You'll
I
probably
will.
enjoy it more.
I will. My first time, like I said, it was so like surreal to where I was like, I remember stuff, but at the same time, it's like all a blur because I was just so freaking mind blown by it. But Yeah, but like what
I was having
watching.
like a mini panic attack before watching it. Like I was just like right when it started, I was just like, oh shit, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh, I know.
I'm freaking out.
It's crazy. It was crazy, but.
And I actually predicted, like, right before I walked in the theater, I was like saying to my cousins, like, I bet you it's gonna open with Mysterio's like thing about Spider-Man, like revealing Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah,
like, I'm betting that it's gonna open with that, and it did, and I was like, "Told you so."
That's and my last thing I'll say about it, because like I kind of already said everything I like, but is that first half of the movie is pretty rough for me. That it was my first, like,
really,
it was just so like, bam, we're doing, like, it was so quick, because I'm trying to think, okay, so we do the Mysterio thing, then we do the whole thing to where, like, you know, they go, and I don't even remember what happens because it was so jarring. Before we know it, like, Matt Murdock shows up, and then we're at the court place, then all of a sudden we're at Doctor Strange place. I feel like just so much stuff happens quickly to set everything up. And it's not until, like, you know, the villains kind of come in to where it's like, okay, now it's getting to the good stuff. Like, it's I don't even know. I don't know how to...
I really think the setup works well because it's just like, you know, people find out he's Spider-Man, and then he goes to like the police station and shit like that. He gets a lawyer, he goes back to school, and then he's just like, you know, it's the whole thing of them trying to get into college and stuff. And then he's like, all right, I'm at my fucking wit's end with this shit. Let's go to Doctor Strange. I think it's well handled enough. But again, like, I look past a lot of the flaws with this movie because I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, I would just have to rewatch it to see if it gets better in terms of that. But no, I mean, I'm with you on everything else. It's great. It's the best of the Tom Holland trilogy.
And fucking John Watts actually found some semblance of personality with this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it looks so much better. It's
does.
got such a good look to it.
It does.
Like, I love the whole sequence in the apartment with the villains and shit, like Doc Ock climbing on the side of the building and shit. I was like, God damn, this is amazing. It just looks so cool.
Yeah, it was cool, that whole sequence. Yeah, it definitely has, yeah, because the first two Tom Holland movies, they were really kind of devoid of personality for me. I don't know why, like, as much personality as this one had.
I like when Andrew calls Tobey a cool youth pastor.
Yeah, that was one of the best lines. That was great.
And just them, like, looking at how he's, like, his web comes out of his actual arm.
Oh, I know.
Like, what?
Yeah, he's like, you can't do that, huh? Or whatever he said. Yeah. That really was the highlight of the movie. All those scenes.
I got such, like, chills when Zendaya and what's his name, like, come to see Peter, and they're just like, some people here to see you, and then he looks up and, like, they're on the side of the building and shit. I was like, oh my god. Just like the silhouette. I was like,
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's great. Oh man. Yeah,
so
and then
cool.
just yeah, definitely the best part overall. Just those three.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the villains are cool, but seeing them come back is, I feel like, for everybody, the real highlights.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just so happy Tobey came back.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm really happy about too.
And he feels like he hasn't changed.
No, he was pretty much...
Like, he comes through the portal and immediately
just
does
awkward.
that, like, goofy wave.
I know, he's just so awkward. Like, oh, I love it. But
yeah, so what would be your ranking?
Yeah, that was about to say. So we've got 2,
9.
3, 4. Yeah, 9. I'll go from worst to best.
Okay.
Worst, obviously, Spider-Man 2. Amazing Spider-Man 2. Oh, God. I was not about to say Spider-Man 2. That's amazing.
Hold on there, buddy.
No, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the worst. It just is. Then, you know, Amazing Spider-Man, that's at number 8. Be a number 8. Then, honestly, I gotta say Far From Home. That's I have to rewatch it. It's my number 7. Then I would go to Homecoming. It's number 6. Then Into the Spider-Verse. I've got it number 5. I feel like ours are going to be pretty similar, maybe. I don't know, our rankings. But
they're very similar.
Yeah. So then number 4, I've got No Way Home. Then, so yeah, top 3. I mean, it's got to be the Raimi trilogy. It has to be. So, the first Spider-Man, I have at number 3. You know, Spider-Man 2002. Yep. And look, people are going to think I'm crazy, but fuck it, I don't care. Spider-Man 2, I've got at number 2, and then Spider-Man 3 is my favorite Spider-Man movie. It just is.
I respect it.
Yes,
I respect it.
yes, you do, but
Yeah.
a lot of people aren't going to. But fuck them.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
a fucking perfect movie.
No, it
Fuck
is.
off.
It is. It's just a totally. I don't know. For me, it is like the most rewatchable. I don't know why. I don't think it's the best.
It's just
but I mean, it's
great.
Just,
It's just fucking great.
It is. So that's my ranking there.
Good ranking.
Thanks.
Well, yeah, from worst to best, Amazing Spider-Man 2, pretty fucking shit.
Yep. It's terrible.
Amazing Spider-Man, also kind of shit, but not terrible, I guess.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Homecoming,
Oh, yeah.
and then Spider-Man Far From Home.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got those
Yeah,
switched.
they're
but
kind of interchangeable.
Yeah, I prefer Far From Home, personally.
Yeah.
Then Into the Spider-Verse, just like you. And then Spider-Man,
Oh.
2002.
Yeah.
And then Spider-Man 3.
Oh, wow.
Spider-Man No Way Home, and then Spider-Man 2.
Oh, there you go. Good.
I really do love No Way Home.
Yeah.
It did a lot for me.
I need to rewatch it. I really do. I mean, it's definitely.
Don't get me wrong. Like the Raimi trilogy, so important to me. I absolutely adore it. All of them are perfect. It's just No Way Home just really did a lot for me. And it may worsen later on. I don't know, but for now, it's my second favorite. Fucking love it.
Yeah.
But Spider-Man 2 still is at the top for me. And yeah, Spider-Man 3 is better than Spider-Man 1 for me, at least.
Yeah.
I fucking love Spider-Man 3.
Oh, I know. It's great. Oh, man. All right. Well, now we're going to move on to questions because that was a lot of Spider-Man talk. And I say this every time. If you want to send in questions, reach out to us on our Instagrams. My handle is @viewsbyquinn and Liam's is Movies Music Me. So one of the questions we got, Ardor Film asks, movies you were definitely too young to have seen as a kid.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one. I'm trying to think. I would say only a couple I can think of, but I know I saw The Shining when I was very little. That definitely messed me up, probably. And I think Jaws I saw like really little to where like that started a fear of sharks for a while for me. That was like one of my first fears as a kid. So yeah, I think The Shining and Jaws. I'm sure there's a lot more, but those.
I
are
don't
the
think
two
mine
big
were
ones.
ever like scary things or anything like that. I think they were just like too crude for how young I was, probably.
Yeah.
I think the ones that I would think of are probably Knocked Up and Team America. Watched those when I was like a kid.
Yeah.
And I loved them and stuff, but yeah, that was probably too young for some of it.
Well, I guess that's all the questions I got.
Oh, you look so disappointed.
I know. I'll make up for it next time. I'll find a way.
I've got 3, so...
Okay.
Alright, so Review asks, ass or titties?
Oh my gosh, did he really ask that? Fuck.
Yeah. Answer it.
Oh man, the first option.
Nice.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yep.
Titties.
Okay. All right. There you go. We fall on the opposite sides.
Yeah.
I guess I respect it.
Sarah's Popcorn Chat asked, if you were to work on a film set, what role would you ideally want to do? Probably limit it to only like the production stage, not pre-production or post-production. Just on a film set.
Oh, I would want to be the director because I'm a controlling freak. Like I have to control everything. I feel like sometimes.
I know.
You know.
I run a podcast with you. I know.
Oh. Hey, I get. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to that.
Right after we stop recording, he's gonna start whipping me.
But no, director. That's what I'd want to be.
I don't know about director. I don't do well under pressure, I guess. But I mean, I would want to direct a film at some point, but I don't know. I get so annoyed at people, so I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe I'd be a
that's
shit
true.
director. I used to do a lot of lighting when I was in like film school and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was really good at doing lighting shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Yeah, probably just that. Lighting or directing maybe sometime in the future if I wanted to.
Yeah. Cool.
The third question is from The Digital Spiral. And it's, what's a film you expected to not enjoy but ended up loving upon viewing?
That's a good one. Spencer, actually. I did not think I would
Really?
like Spencer, yeah, because, like, I just don't like, from what it looked like, I thought it was just going to be really, like, sappy, melodramatic biopic, just like a lot of other biopics, like period piece type shit, you know? I don't know. It just didn't look like my type of movie. I didn't really know anything about Princess Diana. I didn't really care that much. I mean, but just the way it was made, like all the technical shit about the movie alone, and just the way it was directed, like, I don't know. It was just almost a perfect movie, to be honest. Like, it was just really, and I think the theater experience helped, like watching it in the theater. And yeah, that's the only one I can think of right now. Spencer. Did not think I was gonna like it as much as I did.
I definitely really liked it.
Yeah.
By the way, I have to say, like, the score for The Power of the Dog is kind of shit.
In comparison to Spencer, yeah.
In comparison to Spencer, like, Spencer is, like...
Oh, it's fucking great.
The score in Spencer is fucking incredible.
Yeah, I love it. I like, it's rare that I go out of my way to search for, like, a score on Spotify and just listen to it, but I was listening through that over and over. Like,
I can't say The Power of the Dog, like, grabbed me at all. It felt like it was... Like, the score to that was very basic, and, like, he wasn't given that much creative freedom, but with Spencer, it's like, he just goes all out, you know?
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
It had a really good score, and it's so shitty that he didn't get nominated for that.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Like, what?
I just don't understand.
Whatever. Film I expected to not enjoy, but ended up loving. I really don't know. I'll have to look through what I've watched recently and just pick something. I really don't know. I think... Actually, probably Lamb.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I really, really liked it. Gave it an 8 out of 10, but I didn't expect to like it all that much because it looked really kind of goofy, I guess, but it's actually fucking great. But yeah, I guess that's my answer.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't have... Do you have any more questions?
No, that's it. That's it.
Oh, you got all your questions? Oh, okay. All right, so that was all the questions we got. So... Last time, then, we gave you guys 2 songs to pick from, and one of them was a song I recommended. It was Come to Me by Bjork, and then Liam recommended Running Man by Mondo Grosso. We put a poll. If you're listening on Spotify, then you can check the poll under the episode. All right, we got about 5 votes, and 80% that chose Come to Me by Bjork, and then 20% that chose Running Man by Mondo Grosso.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah,
Fuck y'all.
I know. Right? Damn. Well, that's because I'm only recommending more popular shit, so I'm cheating, kind of.
Did you listen to the song?
Yeah, I did, actually. It was good. It was, like you said, almost like electronic jazzy in a way, like those 2 genres, kind of. I don't know. It was weird. I mean, it was cool.
Do you want to recommend one this time around?
Sure. Yeah, there is one song, and look, I know I just mentioned popular stuff, but... Okay.
Oh, you're a dick. Are you going to choose another really popular one?
Oh, I have. Only just for this, I have to, because I'm not joking when I say I've been listening to it on repeat fucking so much, and it's so good. But a lot of music lately I feel like I've been getting from the movies I've been watching, but... So I've been rewatching.
Same.
Yeah. So I've been rewatching the hell out of The House That Jack Built, because, like I said, I just love it. It gets better each time, and a song that shows up periodically throughout that movie, it's just so hilarious, just how it shows up. But it's "Fame" by David Bowie. Like, I fucking love that song so much. It's so good.
I love the end scene with "Hit the Road, Jack" though.
Oh yeah, "Hit the Road, Jack." Yeah, that was good. But no, light spoilers for The House That Jack Built. But, I mean, he's this fucking serial killer, so you know he's going to kill people. But there's a scene to where the first time that song shows up in the movie is when he kills a woman, and he basically ties her to the back of his van, and he's, driving off down the road, and he's dragging the dead body along, leaving a big blood trail, and it's playing "Fame" by David Bowie. It's so cool. It's so good. It's just so good. So that's my song. Yeah.
All right.
I can't wait for you to rewatch that.
I imagine I'll lose again, but
yeah.
But yeah, I will rewatch that at some point.
Because there's so much to talk about with that movie. But yeah, anyway.
I will. You're gonna win because it's David Bowie.
I mean, I know I kind of cheated there, but
I'll recommend "Front Row" by Metric. Metric are one of my favorite new wave electro rock bands, I guess. And they're absolutely brilliant. I love the vocals in this one. think it's just an awesome song. It's just a fucking awesome, like, rock banger. It's great. Anyway, I guess that's that.
All right, so yeah, Fame by David Bowie, and then the song
Front Row by Metric.
Yes, that.
Please rate us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts if you listen to us on those. We would really appreciate it.
Yes.
5 stars if you please, but if not, give us a 1 star. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, as long as you rate
honest.
us, but a 5-star would be appreciated.
It'd be preferable, that's
preferable. For sure. Yeah.
Also, just wanted to say thank you to Amerivaj for the new song that we're using in our intro and outro. Mm-hmm. Appreciate it. Yeah, he's a good dude. Go follow him. Go listen to his music. He's great.
Yes, thank you. It's a cool song for sure. That's that. You can find me on pretty much all the social medias at Views by Quinn, on Instagram, Letterboxd. Those are the 2 main things I use. Then Twitter, music. I can't say it with a straight face anymore. Damn it. I haven't gotten on it in a while actually, but Music Board.
Yeah, I've been on it more than you.
Yeah, you have been. Yeah. But yeah, that's about it. Just all those. But like I said, Instagram and Letterboxd are like almost pretty much all I use. And Liam, where can they find you?
Yeah, Movies, Music, Me on everything, pretty much. There are different variants of it, but I guess you could just go to my link tree in Instagram and find all of the shit if you want. Yeah, Twitter, Letterboxd, Instagram, YouTube, especially YouTube. That's the only place I really care about growth. Mm-hmm. Same with here, I guess.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Love doing the podcast. I love how we miss out on a week and we basically record a whole extra episode with this one because it's so long.
It's a lot.
That's that.
That's that, I guess. Yeah. All right, everybody. Bye. My brain is fried after talking about so much Spider-Man. Of like Jane Jonas Jameson right
Spider-Man?
now. No, nothing. But no, it's nothing. I don't know.
You got to say peace out, bitches.
Oh, God. Is that our thing now? Is that another
That's your thing. I don't have a thing.
I already have too many things. God, he's literally me. I've got peace out, bitches.
What's my thing? Do I have anything?
Your thing is... I don't even know. Your Australian slang? I don't know.
Being boring and losing at, like, the song game.
No.
No one's sending me questions except for this one time.
We'll figure out your thing eventually. It'll come.
I'll just say I respect your opinion.
Yeah, say that.
That's my thing anyway.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck off. Bye.
Bye. Peace out, bitches.